if 2022 live stream, and I'm sure nobody's here, so talking to myself. All right. Anyway, let me go ahead and while I'm thinking about it, be smart about it. Zoom in a little bit. Yeah, straighten that up a little bit. All right. This should be from 1992, which is what the game plan is, and if it ends up sucking, then boom. Or actually, I've got another beef stew I'd like to try back here. Wait. I don't know. 92 or 93. The last one we did was an 89, I thought. I thought this was a 92. Maybe it's a 93. Anyway. Hey, Miss Marilyn. Let me make a real quick post. Maybe. Excuse me. There we go. Post. Nope. Gotta get a link first. To an island. Yep. There we go. Share, copy link. Anyways, it is the day before Father's Day, so it's not technically Father's Day, although I may be live streaming until it's technically Father's Day. I don't know. We'll see. And, you know, I'm going to look up. I don't know what the origins of Father's Day are. Like, when did it start? Why did it start? Is it just one of those other holidays to kind of encourage consumerism? Okay, create a post. Put a picture. We'll do the... Yep, that one. Reposition. That'll have to work. Yeah, post. I need to put the link. It's not going to let me. Really? Oh, there we go. Cool. If I wasn't doing the live stream today, I would have went and given the kittens away today because it was so nice. It's been too hot. That's the only reason I have not went and given them away yet. But I've got horrible issues with the black one, and today has been the worst day. It's been doing okay the past couple days, kind of, but today's been the worst day. It's kind of stopped eating. It ate a little bit earlier, but now it won't eat. Yeah, it's I don't want to tell you guys everything because it's a little gross, because I've had to do some things with this one that I've never done before with another cat. I had to learn. I've done my best. Anyway, all right, I think I'm done with that post. And here in a second, we'll look up what the origins of Father's Day are. So check this out. I haven't read this yet. I kind of wanted to look at this with you guys. I found this in some newspaper the other day. Lofty Thanksgiving, astronauts feasting on pouches of turkey. Super cool. Here, I'll put it up close so you guys can pause it and read it. Got a stain on it, which bothers me. I wish it did not have that, because I'm actually going to cut this out and probably throw it in a frame, because it's a pretty cool little piece of ration history right there. It's not that often that rations make it into the newspaper. And what newspaper is this? I think it's a local one here. I thought it was. Yeah, it is the Herald Dispatch. So it's a Huntington, West Virginia based newspaper. Fat packing with Smitty. Is that Smitty? Or is this a different Smitty? Wait a second. Wait, that's Smitty. What's up, Smitty? Is that just a different account? All right. Cape Canaveral, Florida. Astronauts at the International Space Station will feast Thursday on pouches of Thanksgiving turkey. The 3 Americans and 2 Russians and 1 Italian will also rip into single-serving bags of mashed potatoes, candied yams, cornbread stuffing, and cranberry apple dessert. And that sounds really good. Just add water, heat, and bon appetit. That's pretty good. Just add water, heat, and bon appetit. Commander Randy Bresnik said he'll miss his wife's home cooking, but appreciate next year's Thanksgiving that much more. This is his second Thanksgiving off the planet. He was aboard the Space Shuttle Atlantis in November of 2009. This is, I believe, from 2017. So, pre-pandemic and all that good stuff. We're going in to celebrate a lot like we did when we were deployed in the service. Bresnik, a retired Marine colonel, said Wednesday in a televised interview, "We've got some good food up here and goodies from home." So I guess they got goodies from home too. Bresnik said he and his NASA crewmates, and then they list off all the crewmates there. I guess Joe Akaba, also a former Marine, and Mark Vandy High, I don't know how to pronounce that, a retired Army colonel, are thankful for being able to live and work in space and serve our country in another way. Celebrating Thanksgiving in space is a special treat, according to Akaba. Akaba? I don't know how to pronounce that. Vandy anticipates eating lots of food and then taking a nap, just like when he's at home in Houston. The U.S. astronauts won't have the day off, so they'll gather their international crewmates in the evening for a big meal. So I think that's it. And then there's the picture of the guys on the. It's like a screenshot off TV. Let's see. Gives an interview in the International Space Station. The trio, along with their international crewmates, plan to feast on pouches of Thanksgiving turkey. Yep. Anyways, thought that was pretty cool. Kind of rare to. It's that almost became like where I've got those kittens in here. I had to put a litter box in here, like one of the little house-looking ones. So I put newspaper underneath it and throw it away every day. But that almost became that. So I'm glad I saved it. Anyway, so, and we don't buy papers anymore. Like, the last time, I think, because they don't do the Black Friday ads in them really anymore. So I don't see the point. I think I'm going to have to go get my dog. Yeah. I'll be right back, guys. Hang on, Sebastian. I'm coming, buddy. I'll have to go get him from outside here in just a second. Anyways, I got these 2 rations up here. And I've also got this other beef stew, which is 20 years, 20 years newer than this one. This one is I think it's a 2012. Maybe it's a 11 or 1, 2, 3, 5. Almost a 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it says 1, 2, 3, 5. I'm pretty sure that's the date code on this. Yeah, it has to be. Anyways, I got that also, which I'm going to open this too, just to compare the beef stews. 20-year difference. See if the formula changed and whatnot. Because that's a 90, should be a 92 to 92. 02. Yeah, 20-year difference. All right. I guess he's ready to come in. Let me grab him real quick. And hopefully he doesn't bark like an idiot the whole time. Come here, dude. Man, it is absolutely beautiful here today. We had a thunderstorm roll through, but it actually didn't rain. It just thundered and lightning really bad. But it's got to be like right at 70 degrees out there. Let me look real quick. That was at 5:06. At 5:06 it was 75, but there's no humidity. Super nice. All right, refresh. Yep, 70 degrees. It's just like perfect out there. Really nice. All right. So I got this too, and I also have I had something else too, just in case I needed it. What was it? I don't know. I seen Elandil posted for me that they are making the Mountain House chicken and mashed potatoes again. I have got to find chicken and mashed potatoes. If maybe I can order them directly from Mountain House. I've got to get like at least a case of 12 and put those up because they'll never go bad. Not in my lifetime. If I store them properly, 50 years. I mean, hopefully I can make it another 50 years. That'd be awesome. But definitely got to quit smoking if I'm going to do that. Homemade. Hey, Delicious, you know I still have that homemade juice you sent me along with a ration a few years back. Been meaning to try it out on live stream, but hoping to have you there for it. I actually have a thing of honey. I think that he might have made that Delicious sent me one time, but it's honey, so I knew it would not go bad. Or it shouldn't. I think it's pure honey. But it's really, really dark. It's like almost black. And it was granulated a little bit whenever I saw it last. It's been it's been a while since I've seen it. All right, let me see here. Was that a different Smitty that we were looking at there earlier? G. Schultz last night. Like, you see how loose my bipod or tripod is? Let me know if you find them. I'll do the same. Love the chicken and mashed potatoes. Yeah, I'll send you a link if well, I'm just going to look on the Mountain House website and see if I can find them there. Because if I can find them there, I'm just going to order them. Because I can pretty much guarantee you that none of the stores are going to have them unless you catch them as soon as they're stocking their shelf. Then you might be able to catch it, or if you know somebody that works at the store, get you that in. Be like, hey, man, when you get in the chicken and mashed potatoes, hold them for me. I'll come and get them. Something like that. I mean, that's going to be your only shot at probably getting them because they are super mega popular. What the heck is all over my shirt? I got an old nasty shirt on because that kitten is not doing well, and it's makes a mess of me. Usually I put a decent shirt on, you know, and try to look at least okay for the live stream. What's up, Super Chat? That's a cool name for a live stream watcher. Oh, duh. I just read that, CT, and didn't even click that was a super chat. Thank you for the super chat, dude. Wow, that was awful of me. And then there's LC, said, hey, Smokey, hope all is well with the family and yours. Molly wonders how Jolene, Nancy, and the gang are doing. I will bring out the two. The black one is not doing well. Jolene, I'm pretty sure, yeah, she's the one that passed, the gray girl. Because the other gray one is a boy. He is thriving. She went quietly and calmly, which was best case scenario for her. I did everything I could for her. It definitely bothers me to think about it even. I guess it's kind of dumb that I get tore up over kittens because they're so plentiful. There's so many of them. I didn't want these ones at all. At all. They're not the mother is my neighbor's cat. Like, that should tell you a little bit of something about what's going on here. About how I really didn't want to deal with them. But she came over here, ran in my house, which try to keep her out. She used to come over here years ago, and then she kind of quit. And sometimes I don't see her for 6 months. Um, and then sometimes she'll come around for like a week in it, but she always goes away for a while. But that day, she ran in and wasn't in, I don't know, not very long, and started popping out kittens. She had 5. There's only 3 left, and I think one may be, it's not going to make it. I have nurtured this thing relentlessly. I have spent so many hours over the past couple months, but especially over the past like 3 weeks to a month with this little black kitten and the gray one, up until it passed, which was last week. Not last week. Yes, last week, but it was like last Wednesday or Thursday. I've got it wrote down. I don't know. It sucks, man. I feel like I'm doing all I can, and I'm not winning. Hey, will you grab the 2 lively kittens and bring them to me? Yeah, I'm not exactly a cat fan myself either. I'm just a person who can't mistreat animals. And the shelters around here kill them, so I can't just take them to. I don't know that I could take them, just drop them off at a shelter, anyways. Especially like now, the ones that are around here are. One's nursing. That's all right. Pull her off there. She don't need to be on there. The little eye's a little dirty. Let me see if I can clean you up. But LC, thank you for the super chat. And I again, I saw it and took me a second to realize I needed to thank you for that super chat, LC, and thank you again to Trucker for that. All right, so there's 3 different size kittens here. This was the medium one, and she has horrible eye problems. I clean her eyes out all the time. This one not so bad. Hey, baby. Hey. This guy, he is something else. All right, here. She's purring. Let me flip the camera around and we'll watch him play for a minute. He's going to be long-haired, I think. I've been taking him outside into the yard. They don't know what to do on the grass. A warm compress? Compress on their eyes. Well, I mean, I could try that, but I'm sure they won't let me. I just use a warm wash rag and clean them out like 5 to 10 times a day, depending on how much they sleep. Because every time it goes to sleep, it wakes up and its eyes are matted closed. And I don't think I finished reading LC's super chat up there. She said Nancy and the gang are doing, and she wants you to know that she said a prayer for the tiny one when she learned the news. Oh, well, that is that's extremely kind. I would bring it in here. It's just I don't even want to move it. They've developed this habit of laying at the bottom of the refrigerator because the hot air comes out from underneath the refrigerator, and they like butt right up against it and stay warm. I need to clean your eyes out, honey. Yes, I do. Oh, listen to you purring. Wow. Wow. Can we go clean your eyes real quick? Huh? I'll just go get a wash rag wet and we'll come and clean them in here. That sound good? Come on, go with me. Actually, no, you can stay. You can stay. I'll just go get the wash rag. She is a purr box, and she's got really pretty spots. All right, be right back. Okay, come here, honey. I just got a wash rag for your eyes. You too. You're next. Your other eye's gotten bad just since you've been in here. I think it's bright lights. There we go. Oh, nope. Don't fight me. Don't fight me. Please. know. I'm not done, though. Here, I gotta dry them. And, oh, goodness. Raspy. Come here, buddy. Ah, come here. Yeah, they're at that age that they're pretty fun to watch play. But they got to go to new homes. Tomorrow wasn't Father's Day. That's what I'd be doing tomorrow. Which, I mean, I didn't even know it was Father's Day until last night. G. Schultz's live stream. Which, thank all you guys for hanging out over there at G. Schultz's live stream that saw or came from my post or whatever. I appreciate you guys. Alright, there you go. Your eyes are clean. Eyes are clean. Alright. Here's something cool I picked up. Kind of, it's pretty, like, decent. High-end. It's well done, I feel like. It is a wooden cutout West Virginia. Paid 50 cents for it. So, and it's like I said, it's really well done. It's pretty accurate as far as, like, the cutouts. Because right here's where I live, is in this bend area right here. It's called the bend area, actually. The bend in the river. The Ohio River is what makes this line over here. And it goes all the way up to Pittsburgh and turns, well, the Mon feeds into it. The Monongahela feeds into the Ohio River. Oh, yeah? You going to chew on that, are you? So I got this in the mail the other day. I thought this was interesting. I know a lot of you guys now that Joe Manchin has popularized himself in the media. A lot of you guys know who he is. Before, you guys wouldn't have known. Oh, did I miss a super chat? Hang on. Wait a second. And you know what? I don't have it on live chat. Let me check the super chats. Okay, I got LCs and I got CTs. Good deal. All right, I got those two. And going to live chat. Looks like the Canadian dollar has gotten a lot stronger compared to the... Actually, that's not the case. I think the American dollar has gotten a lot weaker. Because it's almost even now, it seems like. It's pretty close. So, loving that super chat. I appreciate that. It's good to see new faces in here, man. Always good to see new faces. This is not something I typically pull out. It's just odd that I got this because it's not from... Oh, okay. So here it is. Paid for by 60 Plus Association, the American Association of Senior Citizens, out of Alexandria, Virginia, by the way. Which, that's a little odd, right? And then it doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't really seem to push anything. But I do have my issues with Joe Manchin, I'll say that. And I won't get into too much detail on that. Because most of you guys know who his predecessor was too, and he's got a super toxic image in the everything now. Which these are things I didn't know about him back in the day, or things are just easier to access the information now. But R.C. Byrd was the guy that Joe Manchin took over for. And R.C. Byrd never missed a vote. Not one, ever. You can look it up. He was the most consistent. He was the most consistent voter, as far as I know, ever to serve. And he done it for, I want to say, like 50-some years. A long time. See how that one's eyes are already... Yeah. I'm going to get on my finger. And I've been calling this one Chubble Bubbles. Or Chubbles, for short. Because he's so thick and big. And this one I haven't called anything. She's just a little purr box. She's something else, though. She's going to make somebody a really good cat. And so is he. He's going to be, like, super chill. and fluffy. He's one of the softest cats I've ever touched. Seriously, he's like cashmere. That's what he feels like, is cashmere. I've been calling him that also a little bit. I'm not really calling him that, just saying he feels like cashmere. Anyway, I've wasted enough of your guys' time. Let's crack into this vintage MRE, which is a beef stew menu number 7 from Sinpack out of Cincinnati, which isn't far from me. Cincinnati is not far from me at all. And after we eat a little bit, like, we'll dive into finding out what the origins of Father's Day are, because I don't know, and why not learn? We'll just look it up on the internet and talk about it, because, like I said, I don't know anything about it. How it came about, what its purpose really was, and, you know, all that stuff. So let me get this out of the way. We're definitely going to open, where's the, oh, there it is. Both of these. Both of these are going to get open. Uh-oh. I wanted to tell you if I'm in the works of sending you another mystery box. The kids and I had an idea for some different stuff from last time. Some humor will be found inside. Well, that's awesome, and thank you again for the super chat. Anything like that can be definitely have a good time on, because everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows who LC is, and of course, I know the kids will enjoy that. So that sounds like a good idea. I don't know what your ideas are, but it sounds like a good idea, and it sounds like fun. So looking forward to that then. And of course, you know, you don't have to do that, but it'll be much appreciated, and I think everybody on here will probably enjoy that. But thank you for the super chat yet again. And super chat just reminded me to say that again. I like seeing that name in there. It's a good reminder. All right, let's just cut this bad boy open. Like I said, it's a Sinpack out of Cincinnati, and this is a... Yeah. Where's it at? Thought it was down there. Yeah, it's up here. This is a 176th day of 1993. So it is not a 92, it is a 93. I guess technically it could be 30 years old, right? I think. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Alright. Beverage-based powder. Oh, there it is. CT's favorite. Although, the old grape is a lot different than the new grape. I kind of like the new grape, but he doesn't like grape jelly. Probably doesn't like the grape drinks either. I don't mind the new blue one. It's just kind of fake, like really fake grape. Which they're all fake grape, to be honest. Here's our beef stew, 132nd day. Lots of stamping on that one. 1400, 1C5. Inspected and passed by the Department of Agriculture. Appears on the pouch. Packed for Spaco. Packed for Spaco. Huh. Weird. Packed for Spaco, but this is a Sinpack, so interesting. And this is made by Transpacker Services Corporation out of good old Brooklyn, New York. What's the date code on that? 41st day, so real early in the year. We got a decent little range here. It was 176th day, and then, ooh, this thing is toast. Look at that. This thing has gotten, it's had to have gotten moisture. It's hard. Ooh, it's green. I've never seen one like this before, actually. Look at that. G. Schultz, if you're in here, have you ever seen a vintage flameless ration heater like this? Zero. No. Zesto. Let me get these filings out of the way, if I can. Zestotherm. Out of Cincinnati, Ohio. 45246. Zestotherm Incorporated. I have never seen a flameless ration heater that's green like this. Both sides are green like that. Typically, all the ones I've ever seen are just cardboard. I have never seen a colored one like that. That's interesting. Really encoused stamp on there. 3159. Let's See anything different here? I mean, this is the first year that the flameless ration heater made an appearance inside the bag of the MREs. Did I say thank you for that super chat, LC? LC, again, thank you for that super chat. Don't know that I said it. I know I read it, but I don't know that I said it. Hopefully I said it. Cool. Peanut butter. I was hoping that was not going to be cheese spread. A little bit of delamination going on there, it feels like. Maybe. Right? Just where that... No, maybe it's them making that noise. I don't know. It's probably the cat. Well, no. There's delamination right there. In that little wrinkled corner. Other than that, though, this looks brand new. 30 years old. Looks like it just came off of the showroom floor. Thermopack. Stone Mountain. Go ahead and give it a real quick knead. Just because if I don't, I might forget. It does remind you, though, on this. Because I did say, or I did see somewhere on there, I think. Yeah. Need package before opening. Fortified. So you got your vitamins and minerals and whatnots in there. Here's your MRE spoon, which this is going to be your third year for this brown MRE spoon. I think they made an appearance like halfway through 1991, or maybe it was 1990. I've checked on this before. I cannot remember, though. Anyways, that's a good-looking brand new spoon there. We got a really crisp, sharp-looking pack of crackers with 161st day on there. So later in the year. Pretty close to the package date on the bag. They've got a D on there, so I don't know what that's about. I've seen that on other ones. I don't know what that specifically means. Oh, look at this. This is also the first year for the pound cake. Water activity stabilized pound cake. Made by Sterling Foods Incorporated. Out of San Antonio, Texas. I guess this is... Oh, no, it's pineapple. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. If this is good, this is going to be awesome. You know what? The like, 80s and 90s and early 2000s stuff. So, like, brown bags and early tan bags. All the way up to around, like, 01, 02. Those and pretty much any IMP are some of the funner rations to go through and eat, because there's a lot of time they're edible, or at least a lot of the ration will be edible, and it's just always fun to go through them. There's not much in this. Here's the accessory packet. This is the last thing in here. So we got a pound cake, crackers, peanut butter, beef stew, and a drink. That's it. Super small meal. Like, this is unusual. Unusually small, even for this era. Like, I expected at least 1 or 2 items in here. So, it's a good-looking accessory packet. Of course, it's accessory packet A. Yeah, I hear you. Gosh. Coffee instant, cream substitute, sugar, salt, chewing gum. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Matches, toilet paper, hot sauce, and hand cleaner. So this has Tabasco in it. Cool. Let's cut it open and take a look. Right quick. Cut it over here. Wait, there's a date code. I think that's 3169, so 169th day. That's the latest in the year we've seen. In the bag, what was the bag? Oh, it was 176, I remember. Because I was thinking 1776. Alright. There we go. Even though that's messed up, it's still razor sharp. Alright. First thing I want to take a look at is, wow, look how dark that is. That's really dark Tabasco. It's not the darkest I've ever seen. I mean, that's some of the darkest I've ever had right there. That's pretty close, though. It's not too far off. Let me see if I can find a different one up here. I can show you guys like some contrast. Yeah, this one is going to be considerably hotter. It's considerably darker. Do I have a new one up here somewhere? I don't know. The only new ones I have, I think, came out of British Rations. But that is one of the darker ones I've seen in a long time. It's not leaked out, which is great. But typically, the darker ones like that, that means heat. It's gotten some heat. And, yeah, the gum's a little brown. Oh, it's got that smell. Ooh. The bag smells like Tabasco. Weird. Because it doesn't look like the Tabasco's leaked out at all. I mean, that bottle is full. Huh. It's really odd. I think that's everything out of there. We got our U.S. issued butt ration here. Seen some guy on eBay trying to sell that stuff for $10. Come on, man. We got some iodized salt. 4 grams of that should be made by Diamond Crystal. So diamond salt. We got our wet nap. These were Steve 1989's favorite wet naps there for a while. I don't know if they still are, but they used to be back in the day. We got some Domino sugar, 6 grams of that. Pretty much the perfect amount for a cup of coffee. We got some cream substitute dry non-dairy. We have a pack of matches made by good old D.D. Bean & Son, which are red tip, black matches, strike on the back. And there's your print. These matches are designed especially for damp climates, but they will not light when wet or after long exposure, several weeks to very damp air. These are good matches. They really are. And we got our brown pack of Taster's Choice. At least it's not red. Actually feels okay. But we'll see. And there's our accessory packet. I'll get rid of that. All right. So there's everything. That's, I mean, like I said, that's a pretty small meal, man. Just stacking this stuff at the back, cats, so I can open the other one and get rid of this thing, because it's definitely no count. It's toast. Toasterino. My Thanksgiving astronaut ad. I'll probably give that to the museum if they want it, because he's got a bunch of astronaut stuff. I think he's even got probably some turkey and stuff like that. Or at least some of the same items that they were eating. Come here, buddy. You guys got to go. Put you over here. You guys can go run wherever you want. All right. Let's see what's in this, because I think this meal right here is going to be about the same size, honestly. Even though this is a, I do believe this is a reduced sodium Sapaco. I'm not 100% sure on that, because I had some that were and some that weren't. So, all right. I've got to get some packages sent out soon, too. I need to send up some stuff to Canada, a lot of stuff up to Canada. What I need to do is send one big package and then, like, have somebody up there distribute it out for me. Like, send one to LC, one to Smitty, one to B Temple, and one to Trucker. Or just send it all to Trucker and have Trucker do it for me, and I'll pay him for it, for doing it. So we got crackers. That lines up. We got a Flames ration here. That also lines up. We have a pack of peanut butter, which is, this is chunky, but still, that lines up. Ounce and a half, big old fat pack of peanut butter. We have a dessert, an oatmeal cookie. They suck. We have a beverage, raspberry. So, beverage, cold beverage, lines up. Cheese spread does not line up. And we have our beef stew. So, pretty much, like, the only thing we're really lacking is the coffee. That's it, right? It's the only thing we're really lacking is the coffee. But we gained a cheese spread here, but we don't have the coffee. And over here we got the coffee, no cheese spread. But that's it. That's pretty much the same meal. We got the pound cake versus oatmeal cookie. That's the difference there. and chunky peanut butter versus regular smooth peanut butter, which I didn't have chunky peanut butter back then. Only peanut butter. That was it. There was no variation. There was no chocolate peanut spread, and there was no chunky peanut butter. All right. Well, let's see here. 760 milligrams, 32% on the beef stew. I don't know if that's anything different, really. I'm sure it's not going to tell me on here. Yeah, there's no nutritional facts on that bad boy. So, knocked everything over that I had standing up back here out of the way. All right. It's only 220 or 230 calories in there in this beef stew. There's probably more calories in these crackers, or definitely the cookie. 180 in the crackers and 280 in there. So yeah, more in that cookie than there is in this whole main. The beef stew looks good. All right, let's take a look at this one. This one feels like really thick. I don't know if it's bloated or just got a bunch of thick meat in it. Could be that. Could be bloated. We will be finding out in just a second. It's not bloated, that's for sure. The package is a little weird. It's soft. The packaging is. It's got a weird bar on it right there. Big old print says beef stew 3132, 3132. I like numbers that are in succession like that. And this one is 1235, almost in succession. 1, 2, 3. If that had been a 4. Anyway, there they are. This one definitely feels like it's got bigger chunks in it. Maybe that's what's going on here. But we're going to find out. Both Sapaco, though, I do believe, because this one was packed for Sapaco, packed for Sapaco, so just 20-year difference, that's all. That's the only thing, 20 years. All right, we got 42, 42. All right, 42, 42. 42, 42. All right. 42, 42. It's 43 now, so I want to take that out at 46. 3 minutes. That's all I'm leaving it in there. 3 minutes. That's long enough, folks. Yeah, again, I don't need this. We use that Sapaco bag for trash. Get a tray up here. It's time for a new background or backboard there. Oh, man, I got something on my tray. That sucks. Alright, I gotta go clean that. I'm not leaving that on there. Nope, nope, nope. Alright. Might be a little bit smudged, but it'll be alright. That is much better. Know what that could have been. Something from last week, even though I did wash it with a sponge and everything. Just like I would in any other dish. I either missed a spot or got something on it after the fact. Could have been that. I need to try that gum. It's probably going to taste like Tabasco because everything smells like Tabasco in here. It's the sugar, Steve's favorite wet naps. Oh, we got 2 spoons here. Stick them in here with the hundreds of other ones that I have. I mean, I've probably got, I don't know. I don't ever throw my MRE spoons away. I just wash them and reuse them. Oh yeah, this is my really light colored one. My weird one. Look at that. You can't really, the camera doesn't pick it up as much. Like this one is normal, I believe. Let me find out. I'll grab another one here. Nope. It's really dark. See how dark this one is? Super dark compared to these other ones. I had a really weird colored one though. I don't know what I've done with it. Should be sticking out at. Maybe this is it. Could be. My kids could have grabbed it because they're really bad about using the spoons and then just tossing them after. But oh well, doesn't matter. Salt. All right, I gotta figure out a coffee cup here. Coffee. This is the only smaller coffee cup that I have now. I mean, it's not small. It's just regular size is what I'd call this, a regular size coffee cup. The other coffee cups that I have are big. I've got one that looks like a toilet. I've got that one that I bought last week that says his on it. It's got a mustache. And I have the one that Bob sent me right here, the MSA. This one does change. This one changes colors. There's a fireman back there behind that. You got to really get it real hot though. Oh no! I'll be back, guys. Left the mains in there too long. I can't remember when I said I needed to get these out, so I'm sure they're fine. Okay, let's see if this coffee is any good. But yeah, I was saying earlier, I've got to get it. I have other tripods that I've bought and they suck. I think I just need to like go test one out at the store before I buy it instead of ordering it off the internet. Oh no. It's definitely some, I assume, dry mold. Look, it's like yeah, it's like almost like hair. So it's got to be mold. It looks a lot like mold, but it also doesn't look like mold. Look, see how that's like hanging, like hair, like it's hanging on a hair. Yeah. So let me go toss this, and we will just drink some Nescafe that I got right here. Actually, trash bag right here. Just use this. Yep, that will work. Alright, I'm gonna use some of this Nescafe. This Nescafe, kayfabe sent like a long time ago. It's a little bit clumpy for some reason. Should be good. Should be about similar to what we typically get in a pack of coffee. Looks about right, doesn't it? Should be the same strength, I think. I'm sure the Domino sugar is just fine. Other than it smelling like Tabasco, of course. Yep. Definitely smells like Tabasco. Let me plug myself in before I dead like I did last week. That was not good. And that did not work. Oh yeah, it did. Okay, cool. Good deal. Get rid of that. And let's see if the creamer is any good. What are you doing, little one? Oh, that looks fine. It's a little yellowed, but I've had worse. You can see it's got a little bit of a yellow tint to it. Oh, it stinks though. Ooh, that stinks real bad. Oh my goodness. I can't keep smelling it. I want. This is weird. What is that smell? Man, that is a very strange scent coming off of that. I don't know what that is. It doesn't smell like any other creamer that I've ever had go bad or that I've ever had, period. It smells pretty wicked. It's got a really strong scent to it. I mean, it's dying off now because it's not in there, but just smell the cup. Ooh, yeah, that's strong. That is a strong smell. I don't know what that is. It's got a little bit of that, like, cheesy smell. Just a little bit of cheesy smell to it. Even though it's non-dairy, which is weird. And it's got something else going on there. It's not Tabasco. That is not the smell I'm smelling there, because Tabasco is very distinct. And this is not. It's very distinct, but it's not Tabasco. What is that? Well, I guess we'll see if it comes through in the taste. Hopefully it doesn't, but I'm going to say it probably will. Give it some water here. Can always add more coffee if I need to. It looks like the creamer dissolved nicely. None of those weird chunks or anything, which is definitely a good sign. Let's take a look at these crackers, see if we get a hiss. Wow. That was a good one. Yeah. Well, I mean, the World War II coffee does go bad. If you get it out of a can where there's not a jam inside the can with it, the coffee will 100% be good. Timothy, I'm replying to Timothy, or I'm responding to. I have a bunch of coffees from Rations that I got off of a collector years back that was directly related to LL Bean. I had some prototype stuff that I sent to Steve that... Anyway... Some World War II prototype stuff. But I have a bunch of coffees, a bunch of other stuff, but the coffees, man, if they get some moisture, they just turn into a solid block. And I have tried to reconstitute one of those before, and it kind of works. I guess it's not really that it goes bad, though, you know? Not like that Taster's Choice. That Taster's Choice I just had was legit bad. Something in that Taster's Choice promotes mold growth. I'm not sure what exactly is in there. I mean, it's almost like it's got paper in it or something that would promote that, or cardboard, you know, that would promote that mold growth with a little bit of moisture, and then obviously you get the coffee for it to feed off of, and the cardboard, whatever it is. It's definitely feeding the mold, and I don't know what the deal with that is, but it does kind of tick me off that I don't know. It's like that. Shouldn't be. All right, pound cake. Let's find out what a pineapple pound cake looks like in 93. I've had a pineapple pound cake in 93. I've had a couple of them. And I've had them when they've been good. Oh, wow. What in the world? This thing's wet, first of all. You guys see the moisture? It's very weird. There's a desiccant. Thank goodness. Let me smell it. Ooh, it smells good. It smells real good. Oh, that smells like a pineapple upside down cake, y'all. I can't believe how wet it is. That is one of the most moist pound cakes I have ever handled. Ever. I've had some moist pound cakes, but not really where they were showing their moisture level to be so high. I mean, the moisture level in this is definitely up there. I want to eat it right now to see if it's any good. Because if that's good, I mean, it smells good, but that can be deceiving. Sometimes things smell good and they aren't. They'll be rancid and set your tongue on fire. That's what she said, trucker. That's what G. Schultz would say. I always think that after I say that. That's what G. Schultz would say. I do believe this is for 20. Yeah, it's a 20-ounce bottle. Which I don't have. All I have are these 16.9ers. I'm not even going to take a sip out of it. I'm just going to dump it. It should fit, no problem. Because there's like no powder in here. It's the sugar-free stuff, which I actually hate. Oh, yeah, History Savior. I didn't get to click his text, but I did see it pop up, and History Savior's got COVID right now. So, thoughts and prayers go out to him, because I want him to be okay. But he said it sucks. He's having a hard time with it, so... hopefully he'll be alright. Look how dark that is. I mean... extremely dark. Put that right there. Where's my grape at? There it is. My Pink Floyd cup is not in here. So this week we're going with Superman. I guess I got a bunch of that drink powder down here on the table. Good Lord. Look at that. Oh, I've actually never tried eating that powder until just now. Turned my finger red, but see. A lot of, gotta be some sort of artificial dyes or something in a lot of it. Because it is extremely potent on the color change there. From a nice light white powder to that. To this monstrosity. Barely see any light passing through it. There it is. Check out this grape drink real quick. Oh yeah, nice blue powder with some purple chunks rolling around there. Time to try this powder. Whoa, that's a little much. Oh well. So the chunky stuff, the purple chunky stuff is really sour, and the blue stuff that's really powdery is very sweet. So the blue stuff contains the sugar, and there must be some sort of like malic acid or something in those chunks. Okay, I just lost my brightness. Oh boy. How do I fix that? Why did I lose the brightness on my screen? It's really weird. Huh. I don't know. Alright. Give it some water. Now, usually, this stuff right here reminds me of vintage grape Kool-Aid. The grape Kool-Aid that I grew up with. Now, I haven't had grape Kool-Aid in many years, like as far as an adult having grape Kool-Aid. I guess I had it when I made it for my kids, probably 10, 12 years ago, probably was the last time I had something like that, maybe 15. It wasn't a common thing. That wasn't a flavor that they liked. But I actually did like the grape Kool-Aid. It was one of my favorites as a kid. The grape Kool-Aid, and what else did I like? I think I liked the cherry. Like everybody else. I wasn't a big fan of the strawberry, though. As you can see, that's really dark. It almost, I mean, it does have a little bit of a purple tint to it, but it almost looks like a cola. All right. Put that down around there. What else do we got to do? Oatmeal cookie. I'm sure this thing's going to suck. Maybe not. We'll see. Looks to be extremely dry and crumbly. Anyways, there's some crumbs in there. I'm not pulling them out. And we've got chunky peanut butter and some crackers. Should I go with open more crackers? Yeah, screw it. Nice little hits on those. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. There's my number code that I wanted to see. And there's an A. 1, 2, 3, 4, A. That is a nice sequence of numbers, and then followed by an A. That's good. First letter of the alphabet, starting over. Nice. Patterns. I like patterns when it comes to numbers and stuff like that. OCD, I think, is my problem. Alright. Pound cake, you're moving down here. And those bleached crackers are going to go right there next to those nice toasted crackers. Huge difference between those. Just in appearance, just the appearance alone is a massive difference. But okay, yep, you got that malted barley smell coming from those. These, on the other hand, have very little smell to them whatsoever, other than like flour, just like a bleached flour, really, just a doughy scent to it a little bit. Wait, LC, thank you for the super chat. Watching here, pondering if you have ever tried the pork chow mein menu from the 90s. I have had the pork chow mein from a, I've had a good one from a case that I opened of 1993s. And I had 2 of those cases that were frozen for some period of time by the military, because it was printed on there that they were like testing them by freezing them. I can't remember exactly what the stamp said. It was pretty cool. But I had 2 of those cases. I ate one of the pork chow meins, and I sent the other one to Sticky Fingers 745, and that review is over there on his channel. And I'm pretty sure his was good as well. Mine was good. Mine was good, and I have had that. But thank you for the super chat, LC. And the pork chow mein is actually really good. I like the water chestnuts in it. The gravy, like pork stuff that was in there. You got these, you got those dried noodles, like fried noodles. I think they're fried noodles, like deep fried noodles that are kind of like almost like a chip consistency that you put the pork chow mein over. It's really good. Or put the noodles on top of the pork chow mein. Really not bad. Rabbits in the house. Let's see. Thank you, LC. Super chat, super chat. Me and tuna like peas and carrots. Me and tunas. Tunas? Every time I see someone saying tuna like that, it makes me think Big Tuna and The Office. Andy called Jim Big Tuna. Big Tuna. Because he had a tuna sandwich on his first day when he went to, what was the name of that other Dunder Mifflin that he went to work at? I can't remember. What's up, Josh? How's it going, man? Alright, let's get these peanut butters open. We got to get smaller the hole, more controls, Gundog says. Little corner off. And little corner off. Yeah, I have a super unstable tripod. I think if I tried to use this outside in the wind, it would probably blow over. Unless, maybe if I had the legs extended all the way out, it probably wouldn't. I don't know. But the phone would act like a kite. Thank you again for that super chat, LC. Initially, I thought the upside down tray was brown bricks. It's amazing. He plays it off without so much as passing mention. It's legendary. Wait, what are we talking about, Daniel? I think I'm lost. Alright, I think I got everything open. I'm not opening the cheese spread. You all can keep that. If it had jalapenos in it, I would eat it. Starting with the grape drink. It's very good. Very good. It actually, it's sweet and sour. It's very refreshing. Very artificial grape. I don't know how to describe that any other way other than faked grape. That's the closest, it's its own thing. It's not really, doesn't taste like anything grape. Not real grape. It's its own flavor, really. Just that artificial grape flavor. It's its own thing. And they just decided to call it grape. Because it doesn't really mimic grape flavoring at all. Oh, forgot about the mains, didn't I? You guys let me slip. Where are they, by the way? I forgot where I put them. There they are. All right. So, I'm going to have to go get another bowl for the fresher one. Always have them upside down. And it almost never fails. It's like 9 out of 10 times I have them upside down. For the tear notches. Smells alright. A little bit metallic smelling because I left them in there too long, like a dummy. Which I guess isn't a bad thing when you're talking about eating 30-year-old food. Boiling it a little extra time, but my theory is if it's gonna be bad, that boiling an extra minute or two is not gonna help you. All right, let me go grab another bowl real quick. You guys, don't tear stuff up. Looked at me like I was stupid. All right, get the white ceramic bowl there, which you can see it a little better. There it is. So what did I do with it? Oh. Thank goodness that was that, and it just crushed the crackers, but that's okay. Just the crackers. It's not a big deal. Create a tear notch there at the top. Cool. I just squirted all the way across the table. I think it hit the drink. I don't know where it went. It's all over my finger too. Very different looking. Very different. A lot runnier. Considerably so. This looks a lot more like a soup than a stew. Huh. Get out of there, pea. Alright, let me stick this in a box. What do I do with the boxes? Oh, here they are. I guess that's his low sodium. I didn't think about that. There must be a difference in the low sodium mains. I didn't think there was for a long time, but I'm beginning to think that I was wrong. Alright, moving the peanut butters for now. And huge difference between this to this. This is this looks like a stew, like nice, thick, hearty stew. Components look the same. You got peas, carrots, potatoes, your broth, and beef. Same thing going on over here. It's just, this looks more like a vegetable soup with beef in it. Hey, you gotta go, loosey goosey. Go on. She is loud. She has got one loud meow on her. All right, I'm gonna try the old one first. Man, that beef looks good though. Look at that. Get that up here and get a cross section of that. Look at that. A little bit of fat marbling in there. But, I mean, come on. Like, legit, that looks good. That looks like some hearty beef. I'm going to try just that beef to start with. My mouth is watering, so. Alright, here we go, down the hatch. And I halfway missed my mouth. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Mmm. Salty. Very savory. Creamy. The broth itself is very nice. I want some of those potatoes, other veggies, some beef. We're just going to go in for it. I ain't screwing around. I'm going for a big bite. Hopefully there's not a big old chunk of fat on that. There might be. All right, we'll go. Mmm. Just slight hint of the retort in there. Nothing major. I don't get any weird side effects, no numbing, no nothing. It tastes right. It is extremely salty. Where I've cut pretty much all salt out of my diet. Now when I eat stuff like this, it's like I taste the salt. I like salt, but this is a bit excessive. This would be good as like a chip dip. It's so beefy and thick. And that beef. See that fat there? That piece of fat on top of that piece of beef? That's just real chunks of beef, man. Not overly processed. It's not like pressed and reformed or any crazy stuff like that. We'll see if the other one is. That's good food. That beef is really nice. It's got a great chew to it. It's like a nice tender piece of steak. The potatoes are even still firm. Okay, wait a second. Okay, now I got a weird feeling underneath my tongue that is definitely that rancid meat numbness that you get, stinging sensation. It's weird that it didn't hit me till now. Like, there must have been something in that bite. That's definitely what that is. There's no mistaking it. That was a big old bite, too. Well, that sucks. I thought I was in the clear. Didn't hit me till the fourth bite. Or maybe fifth. I don't know. Okay, this is weird. This has got like a film on top of it. I don't know if you guys can tell. Time out. Yeah. That's even getting me in my throat. Alright, best remedy for that I know of is coffee. We'll see if I can wash that out of there with this coffee. Boy, that's actually really bad. My whole cheek is numb. Underneath my tongue is numb and stinging. Down the right side of my throat, because that's what side I chewed that bite on. Oh, man, that's weird. I am shocked. I am totally shocked that that just happened. I've never had it happen that late into the tasting. Like, usually I know first bite. And if not, definitely by the second bite, especially when I'm taking big bites like that. No, this was legit. There had to be something in that bite. Was that last bite that I took the one that had that chunk of fat on top? Was that in that last bite that I just took? I can't remember. Or was that the bite before that? I don't know. Something in there wasn't right. And I'm still, that's not even washing it out. It is some, but it's also still pretty prevalent. My whole cheek, it's got like that rough feeling and the numbness. That sucks. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this beef. There's considerably less beef in this this fresher one, and it's appearing to be is this chunked and reformed? Yeah, look at that. This ain't even, not even close to what that back there is. That back there was real, just chunks of beef. This is like that pressed and reformed crap. Anyways, let's just gonna try this bite. We'll see how it goes. Those have absolutely nothing in common other than the ingredients. They don't taste anything at all alike. There's pepper, black pepper that comes through here. The beef sucks. The potato that I had was not as good as the old ones that I just had. This is really strange. Maybe it's because this is, I don't even know for sure that this is low sodium. It may be, it may not be. I'd say it is, but I'll give it another try. This is very similar to one of those cheap cans of beef stew that you would buy at the store for like $1. Well, probably not anymore. Like $2. It's not awful. but it's also not good. It's edible, and if I was super hungry, I'd be happy to have it. I just barely touched these crackers. I was just trying to pick the one up off the top, and all four of them just broke right down in the middle. These things suck. They don't hold their form anything at all like the old ones. The old ones just took 17 ounces of water, basically, falling over on them, and it cracked them, but not even as much as these for me touching them. And I don't like that really weird smooth texture to these. I mean, that's all you got. If these crackers are all you got, you'd be happy to have them. But they're not all I got. I got good ones sitting right there. I hope they're good. Let's see if the cracker helps it any. I mean, this is definitely not bad in any way that I can tell so far. I guess I better watch my mouth because I was 4 or 5 bites into that other, and it lit me up. I'll try it with cracker. The actual soup to this is really, really strange. It's slightly gelatinous, and it's smooth, but it's wrong. It doesn't seem, I don't know. It's something, it just doesn't taste right. Not that it's bad, it's just like it's real cheap. Very poorly done beef stew. Whereas that one back there, if it wasn't for it setting my mouth a numb and a stinging, this is a restaurant quality beef stew right here. I mean, seriously, it is. There must be some sort of cream in there. You know what? Maybe there's an ingredients list. Beef, water, vegetables, which is potatoes, carrots, green peas, modified food starch, tomato paste, margarine, salt, flavorings, no, salt and then flavorings, sugar, hydrolyzed vegetable protein, and caramel coloring. So, nope, no cream or anything. There's margarine. Weird. The margarine must be what done it. That or the fat of the beef. Yeah, I don't want to eat any more of this. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Yep. We'll see if the cats will eat it later. If they won't, then I'll give them both of them. I'll take it to the outside cats and see if they'll eat it. So that's what a cracker should look like right there. Nice and toasted. Although these are after the salt, but still. They got salt incorporated in them. Same as those. Mmm. That is a fantastic cracker. I don't even know of anything that you can buy that has that nice firm texture that holds its shape, you know? That just makes it a whole lot easier to eat with stuff. And has that flavor. It's way better than a saltine. Very toasted, too. You get that kind of caramelization going on through there. It's really nice. Alright, let's old peanut butter it up on the old cracker here. Some old peanut butter. It looks really nice. It's smooth. It smells good. Creamy, salty, peanutty. Just really good peanut butter. Now, I actually like chunky peanut butter. A lot of times I prefer it over smooth. Just depends. So, this is a fresh peanut butter, but it's chunky, so it's a little different. Oh, wow. That tastes a lot different. It's like something in that packaging infected everything in there. Because that flavor that I initially got off of that kind of went away. But it's kind of weird. Wash it down a little bit. That creamer in that, it maintained that weird smell and flavor. I don't know what that is. It's very chemical in nature. It's industrial chemical flavoring. It's weird. Let's try this. What is this? Is it just an oatmeal cookie, or was it? What was this? Yep, just an oatmeal cookie. All right, give it a try. It smells of cinnamon and sugar, maybe some nutmeg in there. Very granular, like a lot of sugar. That feels like it, when you eat it, it feels like it didn't incorporate into the dough. Does that make sense? Feels like it's almost like loose in there when you take a bite of it. It's all over it. It doesn't taste bad. It's just kind of weird to eat. These could be so much better. Even if they would have mixed them longer, I feel like. Because it just wants to keep falling apart. If I could do that and the whole thing would probably fall apart. Let's see what it does with this coffee. I thought it would soak up more. It did not. I mean, that makes it about 100 times better, though. Add some moisture, which it's really lacking. But it's really not soaking through the cookie very well, even though it looks like it is. See, it looks like it's soaked up a lot of that, but not really. It is a lot better, though. Wow. Night and day difference. All right. Clean the old palette real quick. Hello, Robert. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up or down, folks. I don't know for sure. There probably won't be a Ration Museum live stream tomorrow, seeing as how it's Father's Day and all. Okay, so wet pineapple pound cake from 1993. That actually smells. It smells like a pineapple upside down cake. It really does. It smells good. Like, I don't smell anything off about that at all. It smells like pineapple. Really, that's about it. That's maybe a little bit of vanilla I'm picking up. Maybe. I don't know. I really want this to be good. Give it a try. This is the first year for the pound cakes, so a lot of experimenting going on. Obviously, they worked on them for years before they put them in. But first year that they made an appearance inside the MRE was 1993. So this is the first year of the pound cake, and they're still around today. Let's see if it's any good. Hopefully this doesn't set my mouth on fire. That is so weirdly moist. I mean, overly. Even, wow. Yep, it's bad. Yep, tongue's going numb, but the flavor is still fine. It's worth eating more of, even though my cheek's going numb. The pineapple flavor it's bursting out of here. This is the most flavorful pineapple pound cake, probably maybe any pound cake that I've ever had, outside of maybe that chocolate mint, which was awful, awful, awful. Absolutely horrible. Maybe it was a chocolate mint brownie, but it's just horrible. It looked like a pound cake. I think it was a pound cake. First year. I think it's a 93 thing. Awful. Man, I wish that was good. I mean, it's barely edible. I mean, my tongue is paying the price. Stinging like crazy. Underneath, my cheeks numb, my tongue's numb. Not my throat. But, yeah, I can't eat that. Nope. Yeah, that's definitely pretty far gone. The flavor is still perfect, even though it has definitely very recently went rancid. I would say within the past year or two. It's a recent rancidity, I feel like, because if not, the flavor would be wrong. Or it was infused with so much of that flavoring because it's so moist. That's why it still tastes right. Because it tastes good, actually, but it is highly, highly rancid. I mean, the rancidity, my tongue is covered like like if you were to put butter in your mouth, how that would like coat your tongue and the roof of your mouth and your cheeks and stuff. That's the feeling. And then there's a stinging sensation underneath my tongue. So like that big vein that runs underneath your tongue. It's just a very odd feeling if you've never experienced it before. And it's usually like towards the back under your tongue. Not like you're putting food underneath it. I don't know how it really hits your tongue so hard underneath there. But I know that everyone that experiences this experiences a very similar sensation. And then my gums above my teeth and below my teeth, my top and bottom gums are very numb. And my cheek, and like the very beginning of my throat. Went down the wrong hole. Dang it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, I forgot about that. Now, I have to save it for another one. Because both the mains in this suck. That's one very strange tasting coffee as well. Mulder says, too bad, Smokey. I love a good pound cake. I know, man. And the flavor to this is, it really is one of the best, if not the best, pineapple pound cake I've ever had. The flavoring is amazing. And like I said, the moisture level, look at the moisture. That's what it looked like when it came out of the bag. And I think that might have been its detriment, is how high the moisture content is in this, excuse me. But you can see it's kind of like, it's turned brown. It shouldn't look like that. Looks like Play-Doh, kind of. But Mulder, thank you for that super chat. And I might have actually missed another super chat before that. I thought I seen it, and then I didn't see it. Oh, Kaylin just said that I did. Okay, there's Mulder's. Scroll up. CT says, down the hatch. You want me to eat this, do you, CT? I'm sure if I didn't chew, maybe I could just swallow a lot of it. Just, a little chunk at a time, like a pill. Put it piece by piece in there and down the hatch like I'm taking my medicine. It looks almost like spiced pound cake. Friggin' love those. Yeah, the spiced pound cakes are really good. But thank you for that super chat, CT. I really, really appreciate that, man. Oh, yeah, I've got some stuff over there I'm going to send to CT. But, I mean, let me get you a close-up look of this. It's this really weird, compacted, almost doughy looking. You know what it looks like? It looks like peanut butter fudge. Tell me that doesn't look like peanut butter fudge. That looks like some killer peanut butter fudge. yet it's supposed to be a pound cake. What this thing should have looked like is it should have had like a nice dry top to it with sugar that had risen to the top and crystallized and had a nice dusting of sugar on top of it. That's what it should have looked like. Not that. Although a nice pineapple upside down cake would look like that. You know, you'd have that nice baked look like that. I don't know. It's just it's a shame because that could have been really, really good. If that would have been stored better, I actually know the numbness. It's going to kick my butt in my throat here for a minute. I know that these were stored poorly for, I'm going to say, on what I know is up to 5 years. I can pretty much guarantee at least 3 years that I know that these were stored quite poorly. That might have ruined it. I do. I think this is very, very close to the time of when it went bad. I don't think it went bad very long ago. Same with this. Like, for me to be on my 5th bite, or maybe even more, before I had any ill effects, like this is probably edible. Barely. I mean, the first 4 or 5 bites, whatever it was good. No ill effects, just a little salty or whatever. And I think the salt probably helped it, because it is very salty. More than I'm used to when it comes to even military mains. Like, that was even saltier than that. I would like to do a legit, like, similar experience to what it would be to have to try to eat one of these things. An MRE, not a vintage one, just use a newer, fresher one. A similar experience to what you'd actually eat it like if you were in a situation where you were in the military, or in a situation where you were trying to use this to eat on the run or whatever. I would like to simulate that sometime, and because this is not how you'd eat it, obviously. You wouldn't have any type of placement or anything. You'd use the packaging as its own plate if you needed it. You'd eat directly out of the retort pouches and grab and go and eat it as quickly as possible. Timmy! South Park, I like that. Timmy! That's how I can't remember what episode that was where he was trying to talk and he just kept saying Timmy. That's how he communicated. Let's see if this is any good. See if it's even chewable. I mean, it doesn't look too bad on camera. It's definitely got a yellow tint to it. It's not like real bad. We'll see. Well, it's chewable. It's wanting to disintegrate right now. Yeah, it tastes fine. A little bit weird in the beginning. Planes out pretty quickly, though. Very high in the mint flavoring. Oh, hey, CT, another super chat, dude? Man. Well, yeah, you're, what are you going to be? 30? Wait, are you going to be 42? Also, you are, aren't you? We were born the same year, right? Thank you for the super chat yet again, and thank you for the birthday wish. Because, yeah, it'll be, I'll be 40 by the next time I do a live stream, unless I do one a day early, which I might. I might do one next Friday. So me, CT, and Shocker, I know us three all have a birthday like almost within a week of each other. All within the same week is what I mean. All within a week of, not the same week, but all within like 7 or so days, 8 days, something like that. But dude, thank you again for the multiple super chats tonight, man. Mike's is the 21st. Oh, cool. So you're is today the 17th? I don't know what today is. I just know I got freaking vet appointments coming up that I got to deal with. Today is the 18th, June 18th. So your birthday's only 3 days away. 19, 20, 21. Yeah, so yours will be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Be 39 on Tuesday. So we're all pretty much the same age then. Me and, well, no, take that back. Shocker's a lot older than us. He's an old man. I think he's like 107 or something. I hope he's watching. LC 36 on the 25th. So a day different than me there. So yours will be next Saturday, a week from today. But I got you by 4 years. Next Sunday, so the 2 days after mine. So yours is the 26th then. CT. So I'm older by a couple days. 2 days. Yeah, that gum chewed up all right. I mean, it's tiny. But, hey, it's refreshing. Cleaning my teeth. All that weird numbness that I had going on. It's nice, actually. Gail says 15 October. That's what we should do. Just also, like, how old are we all? Unless you don't want to put your birthday out there. I understand. I don't know if I'm going through or have gone through a midlife crisis or whatever. I don't think that I have. I don't feel like I've had any weird panic moments or like, oh, I'm insecure or anything like that. I did buy a sports car, though, and that makes it look like I went. But I've been wanting to buy that since I was 20. My kids are just grown up enough now that I didn't need a minivan or an SUV or whatever. I could do something like that. So I said a sports car, a muscle car. So we'll see CT before his birthday again. Before it's his birthday, we'll see him. Old enough to know better, but don't? Yeah, no doubt, right? Old enough to know better, but not sure I follow my own advice. What is that? Pound cake? Yeah, well, I guess if I set it down all these stupid crumbs right here, that would make sense, well, wouldn't it? Well, I'd had pound cake on the bottom of my cup. I keep going back to that, even though it's got this weird, oddly strong industrial chemical flavor to it. It's oddly satisfying. It's not displeasing to my palate in really any way. I don't know if History Saver ever made an appearance tonight or not. But like I said, he's down with the COVID. Down with the sickness, as they say. Smoke them if you got them, folks. Burn one if you want to. What am I going to smoke? My go-to's Miss Maryland's butt. You see? I need to get some old smokes opened up. Got stuff that has cigarettes in it that needs to be reviewed. I can't just say, oh, I'm just going to open that up because I don't have another one. If I had doubles of something, I probably would. I have a very weird goal. I'm going to put this out there in the universe so that maybe it'll start to manifest itself, because I think that does work to a certain extent. I want to smoke a vintage cigarette with Johnny Depp at some point. I think he would actually enjoy it, being a hardcore smoker like he is, and I know he's smoked some vintage tobacco before. So, what am I doing? I'm not smoking that. I'm just going to smoke a Pall Mall. That's not what I'm going to do. I got some non-filter Camels from like some older non-filter Camels, and I got some old like 1975 or 6 Lucky Strike packs. I've got 2 or 3 of those. I don't know where they're at. I mean, I know kind of where they're at, Most of my cigarette collection is buried. So, Miss Marilyn, thank you for this. They got a really nice scent to them, and I'm really not a huge Camel fan because they, no, I've explained this 100 times because of the urea, but holy cow, I forgot about even getting this. This apple butter syrup. Oh my god, that looks so good. I haven't even tried it. I forgot about. I was like, oh, I want to show them this on the live stream, and then I put it up here on the mantle. Last time I thought about it, last time I seen it. Now I just now saw it again. I got a bunch of MCI cans stacked up there. I got 6 or 8 of them stacked up there at least. I got some stuff stacked on the mantle I need to take care of. You know what? I got some vintage cigarettes that Delicious sent me. I need to dig into those. Well, I need to open at least a pack because he sent me such a collection, such an awesome international collection of vintage smokes. Soviet Union era and from the Soviet Union. Really cool smokes. One of the cooler packs is this pack I put in this case over here. It's a Rooster pack. I like that. The backside's not quite as fresh as the front. Pretty freaking cool though. I like that. I guess I'm going to put it back. But yeah, I might get a pack of those out. And right now, let's real quick. You guys can probably do it quicker than I can. Let's see what the origins of Father's Day are.
According to Encyclopedia Britannica, Sonora's...
Sonora Smart Dodd. I don't know if that's a man or a woman. Probably a woman. Is the person that's usually credited for the origination of Father's Day. She is said to have had the idea in 1909 while listening to a sermon on Mother's Day. Which at the time was just emerging as a holiday. Mother's Day. So, I guess 1909 might have been the start of that. Bourbon Street Joe says, I'm bidding on 4 freeze-dried fruit cocktails on eBay. Those ones are pretty rare. And if you get them cheap enough, like I'd say 100% go for it. But here's the thing. Like, if you really do want those, your odds of pulling those out of MREs, you would have to have, well, I mean, let's just be honest, at minimum 4 cases. Because here's my thought on that. If you're lucky enough to get 1 mixed fruit or fruit cocktail per case of brown bag MREs, then that's probably all you'll get is 1 per case. So it would take you 4 cases of brown bags to pull 4 fruit cocktails like that. So, yeah, you're talking about some money there just to make that happen. They're not common. And strawberries are also not common. Most of the time, you'll see peaches, and I've had pineapples a couple times. I think pineapples are really good, man. Like, I savored the pineapples because it's really concentrated, strong pineapple flavor. It's really nice. Oh, cool. But folks, don't forget to hit the thumbs up or down. These Camels, man, I'm telling you, straight up full flavor though. These changed from light. I wonder how long it took for them to get as strong as a full flavor. And what's cool about it is, if these were full flavors, they would probably be I'm going to guess probably a little bit too strong. It seems like there's not much story behind the Father's Day thing. But if these were full flavors, I don't think I could handle them. I mean, I could handle them. I just don't think I'd like them. Whereas these lights are pretty much like a strong full flavor now, and they burn really nice and they taste really, really good. I mean, what are these? Are 30? These are from 89, I believe. So these are 33, 33-ish years old. Just really good, really good. Finely aged tobacco, because I'm going to assume that Miss Marilyn probably cracked the plastic seal on it, which means that these were pretty close to being fully airtight and sealed, and probably stored pretty well because it's in a collectible can, and a lot of people, they'll put those on the shelf like me, like I would do. I've got to see what kind of collection. I mean, I know I've got a few items that are really cool, but I've got to do something to bolster my collection up a little bit of actual something with some age to it. 50s and back. I feel like I don't have very much going on in that realm of time. I could probably count the items that I have from that time period that are still sealed now. I'm not talking about stuff that I've opened. I'm talking about stuff that's still sealed. I could probably count those things on my fingers and toes. But I do have a bunch of I've got a bunch of 1951 and 52B units that I got a long time ago, but there might be like 4 that are maybe okay. One that I'm pretty sure is okay, but the rest of them are just really for display. That's really all they're good for. Haven't seen Dan in here, by the way. I should have messaged Dan. Or cyanide cookies. Let's see. This is History Channel. Let's see what they got to say about Father's Day. The nation's first Father's Day was celebrated on June 19th, 1910, in the state of Washington. However, it was not until 1972, 58 years later, after President Woodrow Wilson made Mother's Day official, that the day honoring fathers became a nationwide holiday in the United States. Father's Day 2022 will occur on Sunday, June 19th. Mother's Day inspiration for Father's Day. The Mother's Day that we celebrate today has its origins in the peace and reconciliation campaigns of the post-Civil War era during the 1860s. At the urging of activist Anne Reeves Jarvis, one, what? Interesting. Okay, so during the 1860s, at the urging of activist Anne Reeves Jarvis, one divided West Virginia town celebrated Mother's Workday that brought together the mothers of the Confederate Union and the Union soldiers. Interesting. So this originated in West Virginia. How odd. Did you know that there are more than 70 million fathers in the United States? Nope. However, Mother's Day did not become a commercial holiday until 1908, when inspired by Jarvis's daughter, Anne Jarvis, who wanted to honor her own mother by making Mother's Day a national holiday. The John Wanamaker department store in Philadelphia sponsored a service dedicated to mothers in its auditorium. Thanks in large part to this association with retailers who saw great potential for the profit in the holiday, Mother's Day caught on right away. In 1909, 45 states observed the day, and in 1914, President Woodrow Wilson approved a resolution that made the second Sunday in May a holiday in honor of that tender, gentle army, the mothers of America. As a quote. Origin of Father's Day. The campaign to celebrate the nation's fathers did not meet with the same enthusiasm, perhaps because, as one florist explained, fathers haven't the same sentimental appeal that mothers have. On July 5th, 1908, a West Virginia church sponsored the nation's first event explicitly in honor of fathers. Again, West Virginia. How odd. I didn't even know this. And I live in West Virginia and have pretty much my whole life. A Sunday sermon in memory of 362 men who had died in the previous December's explosion at the Fairmont Coal Company mines in Monongah, I have no idea. Monongha, Monongah. But it was a one-time commemorative and not an annual holiday. The next year, a Spokane, Washington woman named Sonora Smart Dodd, one of 6 children raised by a widower, tried to establish an official equivalent to Mother's Day for the male parents. She went to local churches, the YMCA's, shopkeepers, and the government officials to drum up support for her idea. And she was successful. Washington State celebrated the nation's first statewide Father's Day on June 19th, 1910. Interesting. So the one in West Virginia has really, it sounds like, no tie to the one that Sonora Smart Dodd started 2 years, or the next year. Maybe she heard about it or something, which would be doubtful, being that she was in Washington, Spokane. I mean, it's possible that it made the newspapers or something. But, I mean, I've heard about the... I'm pretty sure I heard about this really bad coal mine accident with 362 men died. And then there was a really bad accident. Joe Manchin was our governor back when this one happened. That was back in, like, I'm going to guess it was probably 90s, early 2000s, somewhere like that. Do you have any World War I or World War II memorabilia in your collection? So I've got a few things that were my grandpa's. I wish I had my grandpa's collection. I've talked about this before, but my grandpa was an avid gun collector. He had his service rifle, which they gave the guys when they got out of World War II. He had, I'm going to say, roughly in between 40 and up to 75 rifles. Vintage style. Honestly, I don't know what all they were. I know he had his M1 Grand, and I know I saw him shoot that thing probably, I don't know, dozens of times, because we would go when see, I live right next to the American Legion right now, but this is the one me and him went to all the time. I grew up in the place, which is kind of weird because they treat me like an outcast down there. But anyways, every time a member would pass away, my grandpa was one of the ones that would do the 21 gun salute. He would be one of the riflemen. And I'd see him shoot his M1 Grand every time. It was something you could tell he took a lot of pride and a lot of honor in doing, trying to honor his fellow service members, which I'm pretty sure he probably served with some of these guys that he hung out with around here, maybe. But as far as World War II stuff goes, I have one World War II item, or one World War I item, and that's that hard bread that's sitting around here somewhere that I just got a couple weeks ago. I don't even know what I've done with it. It's right here somewhere. I had that Civil War hardtack that you guys saw on the show. Framed piece, really nice collector piece. And I had 2 pieces. The deal, and they both said NBC on them. They were from the 50th anniversary, so they weren't technically, they were 50 years after the Civil War, but they were from the first anniversary where both sides got together, and the U.S. government went in and gave every single guy that showed up a mess kit, which was, to me, insane that they done that, which would have been, 1910, something like that. Or what year was that, 1908? I can't remember. Anyway, so I have a huge collection of stuff in New York still. Like, all kinds of my stuff. I packed so much stuff to New York, and I left it behind because there was no plan to stop filming Eating History. It was supposed to basically, we were supposed to just continue, like, roll right into season 2 filming. Um, and COVID happened. Like, 2 days after I left New York, after filming, or not filming, but the last time I was there, I was recording sound in a sound booth. And 2 days after I left, they shut the entire city down. They shut everything down, sent all the employees home. There was, the way I understood it, there was like a couple people from the editing suite that were working from home on editing the show, and that was it. Like, there was probably 40 or so of them that edited in the editing suite. There was an entire floor of a skyscraper that they had rented out that was just our editing suite. That's all. Well, that, and there was like a field producer, and the showrunner had an office in there, and the History Channel executive, Jim, he had an office in there. Well, it wasn't really an office. It was just a desk in a corner. But hey, really, really nice guy, Jim. Anyway, there was no plan to, like, the plan was for me to leave the stuff there and we'd use it. And then there was nobody in that office for, let's see, I went back to New York in February, March of 2021, so last year. And they still were not back in the office at Sharp Entertainment, the production company that has the contract to film a lot of shows. 90 Day Fiance, and they did Doomsday Preppers, they did Man vs. Food, they like all kinds of shows. They're doing 2 or 3 other shows that Adam Richman's doing right now on History Channel. A lot of stuff they do, and there was nobody there, literally nobody there, and that was over a year after I'd come home. So and all my stuff is I'm going to assume gone. Current prices, we're talking like 10 grand worth of stuff. At the time, it would have been more like, I would say, $5,000 worth of stuff, and it's all gone. I'm going to assume it's all gone. The last time I heard any, I stayed on it for a long time trying to get it back. I never got anywhere with it. Nobody ever like got back with me, and nobody would. I had made no progress on that, and it was quite frustrating. And I have just kind of, I guess, just kind of ate the bullet and moved on. The thing is a lot of that stuff that I had, I can't replace. There's no way. I haven't seen anything like it. A lot of the items, not everything, but a lot of the stuff. Like, I had a case of 1982, June 1982 MREs unopened, which, my birthday, like, I can't remember if they were, the date spanned over my birthday. I'm sure there was probably items in there that were made on my birthday because they were packaged, or no, it must have been before my birthday. Seems like it was like June 17th, I think, was the package date on that case. So that's gone. And the thing is, if that stuff actually is gone, like I think it might be, if that happened, it all wound up in a dumpster. Not only my stuff, but the stuff that they had for the show as well. And anything anybody sent in, or anything like that, gone. Do I have photographs? I have some, but my photos are on my destroyed phone. I mean, it's destroyed. It got ran over multiple times by, it looks like a Mack truck. It's awful. I kept it, but I mean, it's just demolished. There's nothing to it. All the photos I had from the show and it's all gone. It's quite frustrating, actually. I have a little bit on here, but nothing like I had on there. I had what I would consider to be some pretty cool stuff because I would get up in the morning. There was probably 3 or 4 times I did this, and I would film on my ride in, and I would film my walk into the studio. I would go in, say hello to everybody, and do a walk around the studio and like what we were doing that day. And I could have put together a couple pretty cool like breaking the fourth wall type stuff, the behind the scenes type stuff, which I've been thinking about. Like most people are interested in the breaking that fourth wall and seeing how shows are put together and what happens. And I think there's a lot of potential for a show like that where people would love to see how they're even, especially like if you did an episode like breaking the fourth wall, Pawn Stars, or some people love the County Customs or Dirty Jobs, or just any show like that, breaking the fourth wall, and you show what really goes into making an episode. And and I'm talking from the start of the idea of where you're going to go, calling the people to find out if you can make that happen, everything that goes into putting that entire situation together, and then the filming, and then after the filming, like showing everybody everything what it takes to put it together. I mean, it takes away some of the mystery though, and I think a lot of people don't want to lose that because there's some sort of whimsy to that. Does that make sense to you guys? Because I think I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. I think that's how it is. I think a lot of people don't want to know. They want to know, but they don't really want to know what it takes to make that episode happen, to make that scene happen, to make whatever it is happen. Hey, hello, Robin. Yeah, it has been a while. Yeah, I'm not even going to venture to say how long it's been. If I was to guess, I would say over 6 months, probably. Do you have? Oh yeah, photographs. But yeah, I had some. Not I didn't have I didn't even have photographs of everything. Some stuff. Some stuff I actually picked up for the intention of it to be on the show, and there was no guarantee that it would or it wouldn't be. But if I thought it was super cool, then they would probably think it was pretty cool too. So it would work. You know what I mean? Oh, hey, it looks like Robin. Whoa, what is that? How does that? Can I click? No. That's crazy. So I've got the what is that? That's the little turkey guy with the feather on his head. That is a turkey, right? And he's riding a rocket. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Robin. Um, that's cool, man. And then Bourbon Street Joe says, Smokey, I'm going to send you that package soon, brother. You'll have some things back, man. I've got over 150 rations. You just let me know what you're interested in, and I'll try them. Dude, you don't have to do that. I've got rations coming out of my ears. It's just a lot of my good, like what I consider like my good stuff, film worthy stuff, because I wanted it to be on national television. This stuff, and I left it behind because that's what they told me to do too. First of all, because I'll never forget having this conversation at one point, because a couple of my things were in the editing suite on just a shelving unit. Thank both of you guys for the super chats, by the way. I really appreciate that. I gotta double check Robin's real quick because it says $5, but I'm not sure that's right. It says $5. Is that right? It says 5, and then it has ... and then hang on. Let me pull a camera up so you guys can see what I'm seeing. That way, you guys know what I mean. Camera, because I can't even see her name actually. Flip the camera around here. Camera. Flip it around. Huh. Where'd the camera go? That was the back button, not the flip around button. There it is. Right, let me see if I can. Okay. This isn't going to work, is it? I'm being dumb. Nope. What else can I do? Just make a black screen here. And then the reflection. Nope. Well, there you go. You can kind of see it. It's fading away. It just says RO ... and then there's a $5 and then ... and I can't tell. I actually can't tell what that is. And it doesn't help me by clicking on it or anything. This is really weird. Get a live chat. Let me get a live chat and try to click on it. Nope. There's a report. Hide user on this channel. That's weird. Huh. I've seen some fan movies that they have made on Friday the 13th that was better than the real movie. Oh, Josh, yeah, like, so you mean like breaking the fourth wall type stuff, where they showed like how they made the movie, and I think, or actually I know, that a lot of the people that are the crew for these shows are just as interesting, if not 10 times more interesting, than any of the hosts that you could have on a show. So the guys that worked on my show had worked on, their resumes were beyond impressive. That's my two, starting out, our cameramen, which one of them left, Tommy left about 3/4 of the way through because we got sent home or something for a while, like a long break, and then he couldn't come back or something like that because he went to he was filming Pauly D. he was doing a show with Pauly D, or he's working for Pauly D or something like that. And I've Googled Tommy before because he looks like Captain Caveman, but he's got like this really nice hair. It's like a bob. He's got really nice hair. And then our DP, director of photography was Steve, and like the list of shows that he had been DP on was massive, and he reminded me of what's the guy's name on Parks and Rec? Ron, was it Ron Burgundy? No, that's not it. Ron. I can't remember Ron's name. But I need to figure out what Robin actually sent. Spicy tuna roll says 50. Holy cow! See? And there I thought it was $5. Like, holy crap. Super sticker. That's what that is? Hold up. I didn't know that was even a thing. I'm going to go to my channel, and I'm going to go to my live stream, and I'm going to see what that is. I know that there's this new thing, and I know I probably got an email from YouTube about it, but I'm awful because I don't pay attention to YouTube. So I can see it if I do this. Look. Awful reflection, but there you go. Huh. Ron Swanson. Yes. Spicy tuna rolls. Thank you. That's exactly what I was talking about. Yes. He was kind of like Ron Swanson, like the man's man. He was skinny guy. Well, he was a really fit guy because, I mean, he stood there with a camera for 12 to 16 hours a day. But that he got to do a lot more than that. Ate healthy. Just really healthy looking guy. Which I stay in contact with all these people, all of them. The last time I texted them has been a couple months ago, but I sometimes I text more often than that because I want to stay in touch with these people because they're really, really, really nice people. People I would consider my actual friends now. If there was one thing that I gained out of that show, I would say it would be friends. I would say I really enjoyed the interactions that I had with the people, and like Matt, the showrunner, like I went to his wedding last year in July, broke down in Chicago on my way home, had to change my fuel pump in the middle of the parking lot of a Whole Foods. There's no Whole Foods around here, by the way. They don't exist. The closest one's probably Charleston, West Virginia, which is over an hour away. So nobody around here really even. I mean, I guess they might. Some of them might know what Whole Foods are. I don't know. Maybe not. A lot of them don't. Okay, but Robin, thank you for that. That I guess sticker. So I've seen these things on like videos, on my videos, like a dollar sign looking thing. Let me go check because I'm pretty sure I saw that. Oops. Really, that's the guy? Huh. I'm gonna have to watch that Leon Lush video. You guys watch Leon Lush? I like that guy. Go to my videos. Let me see. I'm gonna have to scroll way down to get to an actual video. So I got to buy a computer. I guess it's gonna be an Apple. If I'm gonna stick with the Apple with the iPhone thing, because, but I'm gonna have to learn a whole new editing software. I can't believe that this video doesn't have more views. Live from Times Square. Would have been like, it says a year ago, but it must have been like 2 years ago, year and 3/4 ago, something like that. Tell me that that's not a crazy screen grab from the live stream. You guys can't see it really. It's going to be blurry. Yeah, it's not going to. Yeah, I'm a fan of Leon. I like him. There's some of his videos that aren't my cup of tea, but he's a pretty cool guy. Seems like. I bet we would probably get along just fine. Let's see. Huh. But yeah, I went to turn my my computers on. Not just a week ago or less, roundabout a week ago, and I could not get them to function. They would turn on, and I could click on stuff that I had downloaded onto it, like my pictures and stuff, but I couldn't get anything else to work. Like nothing. The internet would not connect. This was both my computers too, and I've tried numerous times since then, and I can't. It's like they both just quit working. It's really weird. Okay, here I'm back in video territory, and none of the eating history stuff that I had that I posted is monetized. My Vikings cast eating history, that video's got like almost 1.9 million views. That's a lot for my channel, that's for sure. Huh. I don't even remember doing that. Pork patty? Huh. That was probably from Sticky Fingers. There's me and G. Schultz. Great time hanging out with that guy. Great time. Yeah, I guess I've got a whole lot of stuff posted on my channel. Okay, there's a video. Any more videos? Yep. Let me click into one of these when I find another one. Yeah. I'd like to find my favorite video, which is my corned beef hash video from a long time ago. Chicken burrito bowl. Alright, I'm just going to click on that one. Nope, it does not give me the option. Huh. Maybe it's because I'm the creator. There's no, like, money symbol button thing. Like, when I'm on other people's channel, it's there. Let me click on G. Schultz. Like, you can leave a tip. Huh. Nope, he doesn't have it either. Maybe that's something I got to set up. Well, it probably is. I apologize for that, guys. Anyway. Yeah, Robin, I'm sorry that I missed that because, well, I mean, it's not that I missed it. It just wouldn't show it to me because that's what I was trying to show you guys. What I was seeing on my screen, all I seen was it just shows me ROB, I believe. Yeah, ROB dot dot dot, and then it has the dollar symbol, and then 5, and then dot dot dot, which obviously means there's more after that, but that could be 5.0. So, but anyways, thank you very much for that. That was very kind, and that was extremely over the top. You did not have to do that, and I appreciate that. My gun channel has it in the ration channel doesn't. Really, readiness? What's up with that? Do you have any idea what's up with that? Uh, the weirdest ration I ever had. Probably the octopus, honestly, in the Spanish ration. That's probably the weirdest thing I've ever eaten out of a ration. Maybe. I am not a fan of escargot or octopus. Either one. I don't quite understand why people like that, but I know that some people do. So, later, Mike. Yeah, I wonder what's up with that readiness. Like, not every creator has it yet. It's being rolled out. Oh, really? I wonder why your gun channel got it and your ration channel didn't, though. That's really weird. Because you know how they are with gun channels. Like, they do anything they can to suppress the gun channels. I think I'm eventually, soon, going to start a different channel. Because there's a bunch of stuff I want to do that I don't think fits on my channel. Yeah, Squid and Ink. Not a fan. Not a fan. Kaylin says, you have the super thanks on your channel. I don't have it. Maybe I don't have it. Maybe I haven't set something up or something. Or maybe readiness is right. Maybe it just hasn't. Which that seems to me like that's something that would probably hit everybody's all at once. So maybe there's a reason. I don't know. Why? Well, actually, I do know. I probably won't ever get it, to be 100% honest. Because, okay, so all my videos are monetized. Still. Like, except for the few that are History Channel. The videos that History Channel gave me, asked me to upload on my channel for promotion for the show. So, first of all, they shouldn't have taken the monetization from them, but they did immediately. It happened before I even uploaded them. I got flagged. I didn't get a strike from any of those. They just took the monetization from them, which, like, I was fine with. It didn't matter. Because I wasn't going to get it anyways. And you guys will hear this. This I'm going to tell you. I don't know how many of you people know this. Probably not very many of you, because I haven't talked about this probably since 2017. So, my channel... I'm going to smoke one more cigarette while I tell you guys this. My channel is fully monetized, and it's never been demonetized. Actually, I take that back. It was demonetized back in 2017 for a brief period of time. I mean, it was not very long at all. A few days, something like that, maybe 3 days. But anyway, when I have my hat like this, it makes my face feel like I'm scrunched up. Anyway, back in 2017, this happened. I can pinpoint exactly when it happened because me and my son uploaded a video where we were together, my oldest son, Alex, so I can go back and find that video, find that timeline, and that is when it happened. Because I was having a direct conversation with an actual person at YouTube who contacted me first, and we had this back and forth going on. And they were super kind, and oh, that's really cool, how you're making videos with your son, like being like overly enthusiastically nice about stuff that I could tell they didn't give two poops about. Anyway, the reason for that conversation that we had started was because my channel had been demonetized for no reason. None. Absolutely, they could not come up with a reason. First of all, I hadn't done anything. Which, after the girl reviewed my videos, she was like, I don't know why this happened, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, not a big deal. Which, at that point, I had been getting paid by YouTube for probably, I don't know, half a year or better. Maybe longer. 8-10 months, I don't know, for a little while. But like I said, it was, whatever, no big deal. So my channel was just supposed to be put back to normal, and like it never happened, more or less, because after she looked at my videos and manually reviewed the reasons or whatever they were trying to say that my channel had been demonetized for, she realized that obviously someone had made a mistake. Because at that point, I had never even said a cuss word on anything that I had uploaded, ever. And my content's not controversial. Like, there's nothing you could flag me for. Not back then, no, still to this day. Anyways, so that's not that big a deal. The next time I was supposed to get paid, which it seems like it was, I want to say October of 17, something like that. I didn't get paid. Okay, it's 21st of every month, and I thought, well, maybe I just hadn't made enough, because that could happen, especially back then in the beginning. Like, sometimes it might, typically not more than 2 months for me to make enough to get paid. You have to make $100, or they won't pay you. It rolls over to the next one. So I was like, okay, well, maybe that's why. Which, thinking back about it, they owed me back pay anyways. Like, they definitely already owed me, which I hadn't gotten at that point in time. But again, like, I was like, oh, maybe it'll just all come in at once. So November rolls around, and I didn't get paid again. I'm pretty sure it was November. And I didn't get paid again, because it seems like this went on through the holidays. And the holidays, if you guys, anybody who knows anything about YouTube, November and December are the months to upload as much as you can, because that's when the CPM, which is how much they pay you per click, is the highest. So, or per 1,000 views. Typically, it's broken down per 1,000 views, and for ration channels, it can go anywhere from, from $3 per 1,000 views all the way up to, I've seen it as high as $20 per 1,000 views back then. Like, I've seen that amount of range. That's huge. That's a big range, and it's higher during November and December because people are spending money, and it has to do with the ads, if they watch them. There's so many different factors that factor in. If they click on that ad, all these different things. All this is irrelevant. So November rolled around, and I didn't get paid again. So I contacted this person. I can't remember what her name was. I kept these emails forever until Google erased all my old emails, and I lost them probably within the last year or maybe 2 years ago. It hasn't been that long ago, but it's been a while. So anyways, November rolls around, I didn't get paid again, and I knew then for sure something was wrong. So I contacted them and I said, hey, I know I was supposed to get paid this month. I think I was supposed to get paid last month based on what I'm looking at on my YouTube creator page, and I checked the AdSense, and my AdSense was saying that I was well over at that point. Heck, I think I had made at that point $500. But we're talking, that's a 3-month stretch. Anyways, I contact her, and she comes back at me with, maybe you just don't understand how YouTube pays out. And I said, yes, I understand how YouTube pays out. Like, I've been getting paid by YouTube for almost a year. she basically treated me like I was an idiot, and I didn't know what I was talking about. And I kind of was like thinking to myself, okay, so maybe I'm just going to have to chalk some of this up to a loss, and just it'll pick back up. Now that it's been addressed, they know it's a problem. They know that I'm for some reason not getting paid for my monetization, which means any of the ads that run on my videos. So I think it was not long after that I started doing these live streams. I mean, it was probably within 6 months to a year or so. I don't know what that stretch was. Anyways, so I went 6 months to a year, that entire time, without getting anything from YouTube. And of course, I'm contacting them about every 2 weeks or so, because I would send them an email and I wouldn't get anything back from them for like 2 weeks. And I would get an email back from them. I would answer that email, and then it'd be another 2 week waiting period to hear back. So it was like this every 2 week cycle that I was on trying to communicate with them. It was ridiculous. And there was no way to call and talk to somebody on the phone. You couldn't make it happen. I tried. Maybe it's different now. I don't know. Anyways, that was, how many years ago was that? 5, 6 years ago now? Anyways, I started doing live streams. And when I started doing live streams and super chats and stuff like that, I started getting that stuff. That's what I get from YouTube every month. I don't get anything from the monetization on my videos. Nothing. And I have not since, well, I think it was October of 2017, I think was exactly when it was. And back then, like, Steve had a YouTube person, and I was working like with YouTube, talking to them, and I was showing Steve and his YouTube guy like all my communications with them, and they were just like, they're just not wanting to do anything about it. They're not wanting to fix this. So I gave up on it. I gave up on it after about, it was probably about 8 months or so, 7, 8 months, that I contacted back and forth, which added up to probably 20 emails back and forth, and it never got fixed. So the only thing that I get from my channel is whatever I get from live streams. That's it. I don't get any of the monetization from my channel, which if you add up everything from 2017 to now, that it's going to add up to something substantial. Let's see. LC says, how's Sebastian? Hope your small hound is doing all right. I haven't heard you telling him to be quiet. Well, he's actually back the hallway right now, but I did at the beginning of this live stream. I had to go get him because he was back there barking. I went and got him and put him outside, brought him back in. He's doing not too bad. I think he needs his meds upped. He's on 2 12.5 milligram Lasix. I'm giving him 2 at one time, and trying to shed the water off of him. And I think he needs to be upped to like 3 of them at one time, or maybe just a larger pill, I think is really what he needs, because I think they make them in 50 milligram. They do. They make 50 milligram pills, which would be 4 of them, which is not what I don't think he needs 4. But for everything that he's got going on, he's definitely got breathing problems, but it's from his heart, from the congestive heart failure and retaining fluid that put pressure on his lungs. He has better days than others. I don't feel like he's suffering or anything. He is definitely very old, and he's definitely not got a whole lot of time left. And when I just was in there a minute ago in that little kitten, I'm worried about it again. This is not looking good, and I don't know how I'm going to deal with it. I don't know what's going to happen. So I guess I'll find out tonight. See, the vet's not open, and the vet wasn't open, but it was okay. It was doing pretty good, and I made it use the bathroom last night. See, I had to creep, because luckily I had a bunch of old medical supplies from where I had PICC lines in my arms and stuff. right there. Had a pick line that ran in my arm right there, up down through there into your chest. And I had like, I guess there was like some sort of extension thing or something, but I had to come up with a tube, a little thin tube, and up the backside there. I just used warm water, which is what it said to do, and it worked. So it used the restroom because it was like really bloated, and I could feel it in its intestine in there. So I took care of it. Oh yeah, Tim, they suck really bad. The one that I had, like, it doesn't look too bad now. It was right there. You could have stuck an entire number 2 pencil in my arm where it had wallowed out my bicep, because it was right on the crease of where my bicep, like, the crease on my bicep is right there. I don't know if you can see, but it's right in the absolute worst spot that it could have been in, because every time I bent my arm, it shoved that tube in and out, in and out. And I had these big see-through bandage like things that they'd slap over top of it to kind of keep it in place, and then they'd put this net over my arm. But those things that they were putting on me, I don't know that it's an allergy or it's just how my skin reacts with certain glues or certain materials. I don't know what it is. Then I had a nurse that had been doing it for 20 years, a home health nurse, said she'd been doing this kind of thing for 20 years, and she had never seen anything like what my arms, anywhere she was putting bandages on me. I still have a bunch of, not a bunch, but I have some stuff of the different type of bandages that they had to order for me because of what they'd done to me. Ripping my skin off and like irritating my skin really, really bad, making it red. The pick line in my arm was awful. It was awful. And it was in there for months, and it just, oh God, it sucked. It sucked bad. It wasn't the worst thing about what I had going on, but I developed an allergic reaction to the stuff that they were putting in me, which I can't remember what it was called. It was in a ball. It was in like this rubber ball, and I had to hold the ball while it was going into my arm. I think I had to do that 2 or 3 times a day, it seems like, or at least once a day for sure. I think it was 2 or 3 times a day for a while, and it was maybe twice a day for a while, and I don't know. Anyway, I developed an allergic reaction to that stuff. I ended up having running a temperature of like 105.9, 106, something like that, and my body broke out in a rash from the top of my head all the way to the bottoms of my feet, palms of my hands, stuff that, like, typically if you get a rash or something like that, even if it's an allergic reaction, you don't get it on the palms of your hands or the bottoms of your feet or under your hair. It's just areas that typically it doesn't happen. My entire body was covered in this rash, this allergic reaction that that I had developed, this allergic reaction to this stuff. And I called them, and there's no way to, like, for her to see what was going on. And I said, hey, do you have a number I could text you pictures of myself? And she's like, hang on, make sure it was okay for me to do that. And she gave me a number I could text it to. I texted it to her, and wasn't 2 minutes, she called me right back. She's like, stop the medication, stop it now. I was like, I already did. I stopped. I didn't take my dose before. And she's like, don't take it anymore. Come in here and see us on Monday. This was probably Sunday. And went and seen them, and they stopped it, which I hadn't taken it as long as I was supposed to take it, but I think I'd taken it long enough that if it was going to kill the infection in my body, then it had done it. It had done its job. So, LC, like, that's a tiny part of the issues that I've had over the past 6 years. It seemed like every time I turned around with the medical stuff, I had something going wrong. And it all stemmed from, this isn't really an opinion, this is a fact, of when it first happened, and I went to the hospital, and they done the initial surgery and put the metal in my leg and all that crap to fix it up. And the initial injury and coming out of the hospital. When I was leaving that hospital, it was like day 7. I'd been in the hospital. I'm getting ready to come home, and I'm getting up out of my hospital bed and getting into a wheelchair. And my doctor is in the he's there, like giving instruction, whatever. And I looked at him and I said, "You're going to send me home on some antibiotics, right?" And he looked right at me and said, "Nope, you don't need them." And I said, "Are you sure?" "Yep, I'm sure. You don't need them." And that was it. I believed him like an idiot. Although I was questioning it because it made sense that I was laying out on a barge out in the open with all my clothes cut off of me for hours. So all this nasty stuff. I mean, you're talking, there's gooses that crap on them barges, like the river. Imagine what's in the Ohio River. The line that went through my leg had been in the Ohio River, I'm sure, multiple times. And just the spray off of the water that would cover that line, like it was ripe for infection, in my personal opinion. I figured the environment that I got hurt, if I'd have got hurt in a hospital, I'd have still wanted antibiotics, right? And he looked at me and said, "Nope, you don't need them," because I know they had given me a heavy dose of something while I was in the hospital. Some sort of antibiotic. They gave me a shot in my stomach. I remember getting that, which I know that's how you get, is it tetanus? You get a tetanus shot in your stomach, and I know you get rabies shots in your stomach. There was something else. They gave me a really awful, painful shot in my stomach. And I'm pretty sure they told me it was antibiotics. I was pretty loopy at that point, but anyway, I was home for probably, I don't know, a week, 10 days, if that, and my leg had basically turned black, and a large section of my leg had to be removed, and I had to have skin grafts. But I had to go back in the hospital because for the first trip back, because it was infected horribly. My leg had swelled up so big that it ruptured. And that sucked. Then I went in the hospital for that. I called them and told them what was going on. And again, the nurse let me send her pictures of what had happened. My leg ruptured. Just anyways. That was probably might have been a weekend, but I think it was like a Monday. And she's like, "Don't even worry about coming up here today. We're just going to schedule you for surgery Wednesday morning, 7 o'clock. You're not allowed to eat anything Tuesday after midnight." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Which obviously I was in a lot better, like, physical shape at that point, a lot better. But I was getting sick. So I wasn't feeling the greatest. Anyway, so I show up Wednesday morning for surgery. 7 o'clock's when I'm supposed to be there. No eating or drinking, blah, blah, blah. I show up, I'm like, "Hey, I'm here for surgery. Need to go in." They was going to put a wound back on. They was going to cut a bunch of that dead skin off, do skin grafts, do all this stuff. Because that, just based on the pictures that I sent her, she's like, "Yeah, you just come in here for surgery and we're going to have to do a lot of stuff." Well, it should have never been infected like that. Anyway, I get there and they're like, "You're not scheduled for surgery." I was like, "Hang on a second." Pulled my phone up, hit the freaking, because I recorded every single phone call, because I'd already started having issues right in the beginning. So I hit play on my record thing, set it down on the table, and I said, "You guys scheduled me for surgery Monday, to have surgery today on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And she's like, "Let me do this." She ran around and went and talked to the doctor to see if he could squeeze the surgery in for me. She comes back to me. She's like, "Okay, yeah, we're gonna pencil you in, and at noon or something like that, I think is what she said, or maybe it was like 3 o'clock. You still can't eat or drink anything." Okay. So I'm rolling around the hospital all day, outside, inside, outside. They finally took me back at like I want to say it was like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, something like that. It was probably 5 o'clock. Um, my family can tell you better because, they were the ones sitting there waiting on me, and I was, out of it. But I do remember the basis, and they took me back there, and I was back there for hours, I did not eat or drink anything for what ended up being. It felt like forever, because I had stopped probably 9 o'clock that night before, 10 o'clock, something like that, and then I didn't get out of surgery until I want to say it was midnight or 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, something like that in the morning. It was really late. Finally got out, and they did take me in and get me into surgery. Although I was supposed to have it at 7 o'clock that morning, and they didn't even schedule it for me. So that was fun. That was my first trip back incident. Like, I could go down the list of stuff that they done, and you are correct. I don't know who just said that, Tim. They absolutely do not care. If anybody takes anything from what I just said, do not trust any doctor. Ever. You can't do it. The only person that knows what's best for you is you. You're going to have to put some faith in some doctors in some situations, but, I mean, that's at your own discretion. I have learned hard lessons from my situation and everything I've dealt with over the past 6 years. I have zero trust for doctors. Unfortunately, I can't do anything to the doctor that done this stuff to me, even though I should be able to. He has caused me. He cost me years of my life, guaranteed. Cost me my health. It's cost me numerous surgeries, more than I care to say. A lot. I had outpatient surgeries for a year and once a week for a year and like 3 months, something like that. Made you wait for hours. They don't care. They don't care. Even though the nurses, like, it was one nurse's fault that didn't schedule my surgery. Right? The lady that I called, sent the pictures to, she's like, okay, we'll schedule your surgery for 7 o'clock Wednesday. Luckily, I had recorded it all. And that's another thing that I highly suggest you do. Anytime you're going to have any phone calls that has any importance at all to do with your health, record them. Record them. Not that you're going to need them in a court of law or anything like that, but if you get in a situation where I was in, and had I not had that recorded on my phone, they would not have scheduled my surgery for that day. And who knows? Like, I might have been another 3 or 4 days waiting to get into a surgery. I watched my old lady almost die one time because of just malfeasance, malpractice. Period. End of story. Went to the hospital, had a gallstone. Anyway, she was supposed to have an emergency surgery the next morning. Next morning rolled around, nothing. Doctor didn't even show up. Didn't even show up to work that day. Then I think that was a Tuesday, and then the next day, like, oh no, we'll get it tomorrow. We'll get it tomorrow. That's what they kept saying, and I was like, let me take you out of here, and take you over to this other crappy hospital, because we only have two extremely crappy hospitals right here. One's in Ohio and one's in West Virginia. The one in West Virginia people call Death Valley, so that should tell you something. Anyway, so that was technically day 3, but day 2 of promised surgery. And they come in again, and they're like, we can't do it today, and blah, 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 like excuse after excuse, and kept pushing it back and pushing it back, and she turned yellow. Like, I'm not going to describe everything because I shouldn't breach that. I shouldn't tell all that. But obviously, extremely scary. health issues that were happening as a result of this. And all the time, all the while, like, I knew that this could kill her. Um, Finally, it was day 5 that but she was in so much pain she didn't want to move. She didn't want me to take her to a different hospital. She didn't even want to be transferred, which, like, sitting there talking to her and looking at her, like, I understood that she was in extreme pain and didn't want to do that. So I didn't push for it anymore. Like, obviously, I was wanting that to happen, and I knew that that would probably be what was best because it would happen quicker there. But after we had been there so many days, it's like they got to do it like today, right? They got to do it soon, right? All the while, like, she's dying. She is dying, and we're so lucky that she didn't. I'll never forget that, and I will never forget that place for that. I will never trust that place for that, although it had been so long in between that and when I got hurt that I had kind of forgotten about my mistrust, and I had placed too much trust into my doctor because, and I'll tell you something else too. This is something I need to correct. This is something I can do it right now. I need to go on Google and I need to write a honest review of my experience with that doctor, because first thing I done after I got out of my surgery and stuff like that, because I didn't have a choice of what doctor I got. Like, I got life flighted to the hospital, and you just get who you get. You don't say, well, I'm waiting on doctor whatever. No, you just do it. Hurry up now, because I feel like I'm dying. I'm in so much pain. Or at least knock me out so I can wait for that doctor. Whatever. Like, they wouldn't do anything like that for me. They weren't about to give me any type of relief. Anyway, I had forgotten about my mistrust, and the first thing I done when I got out of the surgery and I was kind of getting my wits back about me, it's probably like day 2. I was like, oh, let me look this guy up and see what kind of doctor he is. Let me Google him and see, online reviews. There was online reviews of the hospital and then the doctor, right? All gleaming 5-star reviews. Just the best doctor you could get. He's super attentive, and I'm here to tell you, he is the opposite of that. He is absolutely I haven't said his name because I don't want to get in any kind of trouble. But I do plan to do an online review. I need to do that. But there was nothing negative at all when I looked on Google. So I wish there would have been some honest stuff on there. Because there was like, I don't know, there was like 5-star reviews. It wasn't anything like, oh, there's a bunch, or there's nothing. There was a little bit. Well, I was telling my mom about how bad it was. And my mom was like, you're full of it. There's no way it's like he's like that. There's no way it's that bad. I said, Mom, my next doctor's appointment, I want you to come up here, and I want you to go with me. I want you to go into my doctor's appointment with me. And she's like, okay, that's fine. I'll go with you. So, it was a fight for me to get from here to that hospital in Huntington, from my house to the hospital in Huntington. It was like an hour drive because, well, it was longer than that, really, because we had to drive slower because the road was rough and it would kill me. I was in so much pain. I had a crush injury, and the pain never goes away. It's like intense, and it's still there right now. Anyway, it's not as intense because I've gotten used to it over the, over 6 years. Anyway, my mom goes into the doctor's appointment with me, which he was really good about, like, getting us in and out. Like, I'll see you for 5 minutes and you're out of here. Well, he wasn't putting me on any type of scale and weighing me. He wasn't even looking up from his clipboard and looking at me at all. Didn't even know what I looked like. This went on for, I think I probably seen him for probably 3 months or so. And then I was like, and he was wanting to do, I think the 4th surgery, he wanted to do an exploratory surgery. And I decided that I wanted a second opinion. I was like, I want to see somebody else and see what they got to say about this. So I went on the search for other doctors. It took me, I think it was a total of 6 months from one time to the other before I actually got in to see someone. And I ended up getting to see 2 doctors at one time because nobody wanted to touch me. Nobody wanted to see me because basically I was damaged goods, and no doctors wanted to put their label on it. Well, finally I ended up getting with this doctor in Athens, Dr. Reed. Really good guy. But like 2-3 days before that, I had seen a doctor in Columbus, and he was horrible. He was just like this guy. Like, didn't care, didn't, like, nothing. He just didn't care. Like, all you are is a paycheck. That's it. Like, let's see how many prescriptions we can write this guy and how much we, like, they don't care. Got with this guy, and he's like, man, he's like, you got issues. He's like, you got a lot going on here that needs to be corrected. He's like, I want to go in and take it all out and start all over again. And I was like, dude, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That's the last thing I want to do. Like, it was the last thing I wanted to do. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought this is probably the right move, is to just get with someone who cares, or at least somewhat cares, and start all over. So I did decide to go to him. The other guy would have killed me. By the time that I got into that surgery, I had lost 65 pounds. I was a shadow of the guy I was when I initially got hurt. Because I had a staph infection in my bone that was, I guess, coursing throughout my entire body. I was very sick. I didn't even know how sick that I was. I knew I was wearing jeans that I wore in high school that I never thought that I would wear again. I've lost a lot of my muscle mass because of that, and it was a 4-year thing where I basically couldn't do anything. So I know I've babbled on a lot, and it sounds like there are a lot of people that have dealt with similar type things. Yeah, the time's now. Yeah, the time is now. There is no later. I know. That's something that I've had to learn the hard way, but it's also something that's very difficult to keep on the front of your mind. Even though you think that way, you still procrastinate. You still, I know I do. You still think, well, I'll get to that later, or that'll happen when I can get to it, or whatever. You know what I mean? That's just like with all this inflation and stuff going on right now. Like anybody who is smart, it's basically put your life on hold. Because if you try to do anything right now with anything that you've accumulated, or what, you're wasting it. You're wasting it by these extremely ridiculous prices. You're way overpaying for everything. That's like people building houses right now. I don't understand how or why they would do that. It makes no sense to me. Actually, take that back. It just doesn't make sense to do something like that right now. Not when their 2x4s are running up like $30 a piece. Like, who the hell would do that? I got a buddy who does construction I talked to the other day. I think he told me to build a house right now, it was costing anywhere between $150 and $200 a square foot to build a house, drywall, flooring, to finish it out. Like, and that's putting your kitchen together, and that's everything. But it was like, I think he said $150 to $200 a square foot. So, 1,000 square foot home, $200,000, $150,000, $200,000. 1,000 square foot is not what you think. Like, 1,000 square foot is very small in my personal opinion. I know a lot of people might think 1,000 square foot if you live in New York or Chicago or something. Like, if you live in the inner city, 1,000 square foot apartment, like, you're doing all right. Like, you can fit 2 really nice sized bedrooms and 2 nice bathrooms and a nice living room and kitchen and dining area in 1,000 feet. Or you can squeeze 3 smaller bedrooms and 2 bathrooms in your dining area, and blah blah blah, and a little laundry place and whatever. But yeah, I don't think 1,000 square feet's enough. Like, I've lived in smaller. Trust me, I lived in an apartment. I wonder how big that was. That was probably 15 by. It was probably 15 by 20, so it was probably, what is that, 600 square feet, something like that. It seems like it was very small. My living room is way, way bigger. This is probably 2 times the length, and it's about the same depth as that living room was. And then the kitchen was on the other side of it, like it is here, except the kitchen was way smaller there, way smaller. The kitchen here is the same size as this. The kitchen and dining room is the same size as this living room, which is probably 28, I would say, long, because you got about another 5 feet back there. And then you definitely got 20 feet from this point right here, this camera, to that wall. Nah, maybe it's 15. Maybe it's 20 by 12 or something like that, this living room. It's not big, but it was way bigger than the apartment we lived in for years. And then I moved from there into a trailer that was 14 by 70, which is, you're looking at like almost 1,000 square foot there, I think. 70 times 10 is 700, and then you got another 140, 280 to that. So yeah, 980. 14 by 70 is 980 square feet. It's basically 1,000 square feet. All right. Well, tomorrow is Father's Day, so anybody who's going to be dealing with that, happy Father's Day, I guess. That's cool that it's both of them kind of really have origins here in West Virginia, which I had no clue about. That was the History Channel's website that I was looking at, if any of you guys want to look that info up that I was looking at. But yeah, so didn't I say I had something? Oh, I might end up doing like a Friday live stream coming up this coming next Friday, because that is, I might do that. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, any of you guys out there who got kids that don't care, happy Father's Day. Well, it doesn't matter, does it? It really don't. We don't take stuff like I don't take stuff like that personally, or even really care that much for it. It's just another day. But yeah, I might. I've got to go give these kittens away, and if it stays cooled down like this, which obviously I'm not going to do it tomorrow, Monday, I've got stuff going on. Monday, got to go renew my driver's license. Got to take my son. He's got to do something about his driver's license. Hopefully, he doesn't have to retake the test. Tuesday, got a doctor's appointment. Wednesday, I think Wednesday I might be free. Thursday, I definitely have 2 cats to get fixed. And then, let's see, that's Thursday. And then Monday, I think it is. I think it's like June 27th. I want to say it's June 27th. I haven't get another cat fixed, the neighbor cat. So, yeah. Anyway, it was kind of fun going through both those rations tonight. It was interesting to find out that I could eat 5 bites of beef stew before any weird effects. It had to be something in there that was very interesting. Very interesting. I've never had that happen before. The similarities between the 2 meals was striking. Very, very similar. Obviously, the new crackers suck. The old crackers are amazing. The difference in the beef stews was night and day. One was salty and creamy and just nice chunks of beef. The other one, that processed Preston formed meat. Ugh. The drinks, like the grape drink, is great. Good stuff. Weird coffee. And got some super dark Tabasco that I've got to try, because it's probably going to be super hot and good. But all right. Thank you to all my patrons. thank you guys for sticking it out over there. I was just thinking about that earlier today, which, you know what? I'm going to put like a message over there and let you guys kind of know what's going on with that. I'm definitely going to do that. That way, you guys can kind of understand what my plans are there, because I do have some plans for you guys, especially. And everybody who sent in a super chat tonight, and also the sticker that Robin sent, which I don't know that I've, oops, I don't know that I've ever gotten a sticker like that I can recall that it was just a sticker like that, and at $50, that's really kind of you, Robin. All you guys that sent in super chats, LC, um, and I'm going to space on other ones right at the moment. And I probably can't scroll back far enough to hit them. I cannot. That one was from LC. Bourbon Street Joe. There's one. Thank you for that super chat. Anybody who sent in a super chat tonight, anybody who stuck out, hung out, hit the thumbs up button or the down button. Either way, it's interaction for Google, because, I mean, it's a whore for... Google is a whore for your feedback. They want to know what you're thinking. They want to get inside your mind, and they just get all giddy when you give them that information voluntarily. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and give it to them. If you haven't subscribed, do that. You know, all the YouTube crap, blah, blah, blah. I want to hit 100,000 subscribers one of these days so my kids actually look at me as a legitimate YouTuber. I would love for that to happen one of these days. And I've got a couple weird projects that I've been thinking about that I would like to maybe talk to you guys about and run it by you guys. Even though I might be embarrassed doing one of them, I think it's worthwhile. I think it's a worthwhile project to try. I really do. I think it's something that everybody could get enthusiastic about and at the end see a really interesting result. So, yeah, I think it's something I've been thinking about for probably a couple years at least, that I just haven't had the balls to do. Haven't had the balls to talk about it with everybody that I should talk about it with, which is like really my live stream crew that sticks around, is all you guys talk about that. Anyways, that's one thing I'm thinking about. But, yeah. Thank you guys again for giving me your time this Saturday, and happy Father's Day 2022 to anybody who needs it. Happy Father's Day to you. And I guess all I got left to do now is say thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next live stream.